Well, folks, our shields have fallen a few times, and this time I'm not sure if they're coming back up. Enjoy.
Okay. There we go.
There was a lot of shooting a moment ago.
There was a lot of shooting. It's smoother than it was last time for me. It's still just a little yo-yo-y.
Yeah, the Sims me's not at 100. Something else going on. I'm not sure what it is.
All right.
The ship's doing very poorly, challenge. It's taking its time. Speaking of...
You're doing well, Helios. You have the week off? That is exciting. Do you have any exciting plans for your week off? Doing well, thanks. Final and I are doing much better.
Who's firing? Okay, all of the guns are firing now.
Every gun is going for it.
We're firing at the Bulldog. Cool.
I'll be there in 10 minutes.
Oh, it's got some...
We made it.
PD, because it's shooting down the shells.
Wow. I'll try not to get killed by our guns, but no promises. Blame Jared. That's why the sim speed is slowing down, says Olo.
That's entirely possible. Entirely possible.
It's true, Scarlet. Our apartment in-game is very empty. There is so much Greeble opportunity. However, it's never the priority. Oh my gosh, what are those?
Missiles?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are missiles.
Okay. I hadn't remembered what they look like. They didn't hit anything. Scarlet would like to be let in to help with decorating for us.
Oh, I see.
Promise not to help in any way besides decorating.
Right. It's not like Scarlet's gonna, build a Greeble factory.
Just gonna improve every single system that we have currently set up.
Yeah, we'll go away for 5 minutes and everything will be built.
Everything will be better.
Yes.
Nothing planned, Helios? Oh, that's lovely. It does give you room to do something spontaneous. If you decorate, then the ship will have less resources. Well, we don't have iron, right? We're out of iron. That's our conundrum right now.
Something to that effect, yes.
Something to that effect. Good evening, Freaky. How are you doing today? You're watching on TV, so minimal chat tonight. Alrighty. No worries. Oh, okay. This is a lot.
There's a lot of shooting going on.
So...
I still haven't figured out what's slowing us down.
The iron boulders 2 and 3 and the iron in the west-southwest area was looking like it might be promising. Wouldn't touch anything, Scarlet. Just add beds and tables, some nice lights to help set the mood. That's a lovely idea. Have you posted the obligatory foot pic in Discord, Freaky? Good reminder, Olo. There's the Discord. Should you all like to take a look at Freaky's foot? It's a Sunday tradition that sometimes happens.
It is true. I want Alt F10. Okay, we're going to sort by speed.
Ooh.
There are some ships that are moving. Okay, that's moving. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. 29. 30. 31. 32. 33. 34. 35. 36. 37. 38. 39. 40. 41. 42. 43. 44. 45. 46. 47. 48. 49. 50. 51. 52. 53. 54. 55. 56. 57. 58. 59. 60. 61. 62. 63. 64. 65. 66. 67. 68. 69. 70. 71. 72. 73. 74. 75. 76. 77. 78. 79. 80. 81. 82. 83. 84. 85. 86. 87. 88. 89. 90. 91. 92. 93. 94. 95. 96. 97. 98. 99. 100. 101. 102. 103. 104. 105. 106. 107. 108. 109. 110. 111. 112. 113. 114. 115. 116. 117. 118. 119. 120. 1 just hanging out up there. Surprised that it is. There's
And
a heavy
hello,
cruiser.
Candor. By the way, only Skoka popped up on the Discord bot.
Oh, yeah, it should show up. Dino takes a while sometimes.
Dino is having a struggle.
Yeah, Dino was having an issue yesterday.
So you haven't told the miners to go do anything yet, so I can take one?
I have not told them to do anything yet, so you can take one, but you could also tell them to go do a thing.
Well, I don't want to tell them to do a thing because I want to do a little scout of the path to see if it's actually viable.
Okay, I'm removing some of the... I'm having a
I can just scout
dramatic
it on foot,
slowdown.
though.
You can take a miner if you want. It's fine. I'm just trying to... I'm hunting down vehicles that are moving. And some of them might be close to the base, but they're being removed because they have sim speed implications.
Being removed. Well, then.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay,
And
everything else
I don't know if
is-
Final did, but I finally turned the workout channel point rewards back.
I have not done
since-
that yet.
Not done that yet. That's fair. I was waiting until I wouldn't cough uncontrollably when doing workouts, so I think today will be fine. So we should be okay. If not, I might have to turn them off after. We'll see.
Sim speed's back
Well,
up.
Olo challenge. You're gonna test that theory? All right, we'll do a full workout. Oh, I have my desk in standing position too, so maybe I'll move my microphone a little bit. See if it might not pick up my counting. We'll see.
Okay, so you went for a walk instead of taking the miner like you said you were going to.
One,
Not helpful.
2, 3, 4, 5, and then squats. 1,
Running down the
Shoot.
stairs.
3, 4, 5. Now sit-ups. 1, 2, 3,
Okay, the miners are off to do their thing.
4, 5.
Did it post or not ping?
And jumping jacks. Okay, I have to take my headphones off for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We did it. And I haven't started coughing either, which is good. Thank you, Olo and Challenge, and I will hydrate. Thank you, Helios.
Yeah, there's only one notification for Skoka for some reason. There was one for the YouTube video this morning.
There was. Do you want me to go back and get the miner?
Oh, I've already set them loose because you decided not to take them. So, it's not my fault. Both of them are doing important mining. Actually, it's all three of them because there's one getting uranium too.
Uranium, are they both getting iron?
Stone and magnesium.
Stone and magnesium.
So what I will do is print another miner for you.
Yay! Right? Olo, ruining my fun.
Yeah, that's me.
Extra points for having the stream in the background for Freaky's foot pick. There we go.
That is on. Turn the rotisserie on. Turn the welder pit on.
Because I don't see anything currently in the way of shooting us if I really load to the ground. here to get this iron.
Let me check the inventory and see what we're doing with...
Oh, there's some fighting going on. Southwest-ish? I can see there's some shooting.
Well, that's good.
So I might have to be careful, because the Yennefer light cruiser, I don't know. Guess we're gonna just have to test it out.
We are short on iron still. We have 0 iron. So the miners are doing their job in terms of getting magnesium and stone, which is what is currently fueling the ability to build another miner.
Yes. We're in the crunch of not having enough parts to actually make a miner.
Yes. So it's with some stone that comes back from the magnesium and from the stone tunneling around the base of the ship, we are on our way to have another miner.
Okay. Turret is full. Okay. We'll run back with this then, since we can't do much else.
Check to see. We have not much in the way of 2 or 3 ammo either.
No? Excellent!
Things are going super well. Hello, Helios.
Things are going super duper well. How is everyone else doing? How's your day? How's your week? Oh, hello, Tasmani. Welcome. How are you doing today? I feel like this week was busy. Last week was busy. There was a lot of work.
It was a fair amount of work, yes.
A lot of work. Oh gosh, oh gosh. What's shooting?
That was a trooper on the ground.
Where? Where? Oh.
It was behind you.
Oh, there it is.
The guns on the guns on the 500 mil.
Oh, oh, ah! Oh!
Keep running.
Run, 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 run.
Or run up the hill, because you're not that far from the shield bubble.
Into the shield bubble.
There you go.
Safety. But I can't tell if I got that.
No, you didn't. Still alive.
Still alive.
It's one of the floaties.
It is one of the floaties.
Combat floaty.
A combat floaty. You're at the end of a 4-day weekend challenge? Enjoying what you can? 4-day weekend sounds lovely.
You come up the hill, it might follow you.
Okay. Okie dokie. Good to see us both on Space Engineers, Tasmani. Yeah. We both had COVID. So that disrupted the streaming schedule
Yes.
quite significantly. But we're back now. So there was a couple of weeks where there was... Oh, pff, there we go. There we go. The gun's got it.
It's still mildly better. The sim speed is still a little slow.
There you go, Freaky. After using multi-chat on your phone for about a year now, you accidentally swipe and switch between channels, which you didn't know you could do? Great job.
Great
Clearly
job.
you're a non-swiper. I feel like a lot of that has to do with like how willing you are to just like experiment with things on a device. Because like I just know how to do what I know how to do. And sometimes I'll branch out, but mostly not.
Mostly not.
Mostly not. There's a little bit of iron.
Your miner is done.
Woohoo! Ouch indeed, Tasmany. Yeah, COVID is no joke.
Chisri.
Swiping is not a natural and proper UI action. Oh, Gen Z laziness? Yeah. Well, I think it's becoming more of a proper UI action. As you mentioned there.
MS 11. I have to redo the groups.
Okay. You got it back in June, Tasmany? Yikes, it was very mild. That's good. Because you had your main 2 shots in the booster. Yeah, both Final and I had 3. Yeah, we had the 2 main doses and the booster. And we were still pretty sick. So I don't know if we got like a different strain, or I know my immune system is not the greatest. So that probably contributed. Is Master Scarlet. Kids on the lawn! Kids on the lawn! Yeah, it's interesting to see how people who do not know anything but the internet of the last 10 to 15 years don't really understand it, besides like a search bar or like a mobile interface where you do a lot of swiping. I know this because for a living, I work for a company that builds websites. So it's interesting to see how people's usage and interaction changes, because I do a lot of work with users. So I watch them perform tasks. So I can tell that how people interact with the web is different based on what they're used to.
They're still firing.
Oh,
at
the
something.
guns are always having fun. The guns are just constantly shooting because we're always under attack. You kind of get used to it. Yeah, I've started to tune it out now, which is not a good thing.
Hey,
because we have so many wrecks that are hanging out.
There we go.
The miner is ready?
Miner is ready. I believe this is TMS 4-11.
We're on the 11th miner.
Yes.
And it's in the front left docking position?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's currently charging. Otherwise, it is ready to go.
Hey Lucas, welcome. How are you today? It is the standard ambient sound environment.
Yes.
I don't know, does anybody else tune out the guns shooting on these streams now?
It's a little bit like trench warfare. You get used to the guns just constantly firing.
Yeah.
It's us just shelling a Lucas ship over there. We're not terribly accurate, but I think it's at extreme range.
I think that the Paradiso playthroughs have been a very good commercial for all of the modders. We're like, do you want it to be really difficult to make any progress? Just look at these two. Haven't been able to defeat them for like 2 years.
True. There's a cubiculous one coming.
Usually you wait until you hear the panic in either of our voices to determine if something popcorn-worthy is going on.
Yeah.
That's probably a good metric.
There's a number of assert ships in the air right now.
Okay, we're staying, like, right on the ground here. We're gonna, like, creep up to the boulder.
You could probably investigate to see if there's still a ship next to... I think there is. If there's still a ship next to the iron mine.
Probably is. I just think I have a shot at these ones, so I'm gonna take it to help get us out of the crisis of lack of iron.
Right.
And then do a little more calm investigation after, question mark? See, because there's the light cruiser. I don't know if this is gonna bother it. We're gonna find out. Ah! Yes, it's gonna bother it. It's gonna bother it! Shoot! Ah!
That the miner?
Well, I blew out the 2 back thrusters, so...
Oh, good. I unfortunately can't come save you because there's not much else out here that has... I also just turn off the thrusters and then...
I have... Well, one is still on. Why is one still on? Maybe
well,
you missed one.
Maybe put the ship to
Did you hide them?
no. Maybe put the ship... I do put the ship to hide one. Maybe put the ship on recharge. And I will
I have it on
work
charge, and there's one thruster on. I'm just trying to find the one that's on.
Begun the printing process once again.
No, I can run over with back thrusters off. There we go.
Well, it's easier to fly over there.
And pick it up.
Well, as long as the picking up part isn't in view.
Yeah, see, I don't know. It might be. Because as soon as I got to right beside the boulder, it was unhappy. Oh, thank you so much, Jared. I very much appreciate your resubscription.
Combat phase now active.
Your delivery of new lawn ornaments is here. That's true, Helios. Oh my goodness.
It is true.
Just think of how many resources you shot at the enemy. You could have built an entire ship by now. We truly could have.
We truly could have.
Truly.
I mean, to be fair, we're getting closer.
Now we don't have resources to build the ship. That's our problem.
It's because we're trying to stay alive.
We're out of the iron.
Yeah, might have to take a miner down that tunnel and see if it gets too close to that thing.
Yeah.
What I might be able to do... Let's see.
I do have a beacon for iron.
What ship was the one that shot you?
It was the Annifer light cruiser, because I went southwest direction towards Iron Boulder 2 and 3. There is an underground iron close by there, so I'm wondering if I could take the tunnel off of the reactor hallway and take it all the way to that other iron underground.
Well, there's close to the Annifer light cruiser.
Southwest. It's the
I
one
think-
that keeps shelling us.
Okay. Something else here that has a gun on it that's slightly dangerous.
It's true, Jared. As soon as we can leave, we're not coming back. Hopefully. but actually not, because then we'll be on the server. So the priority is get the ship built. So we're doing this shipbuilding while testing for the server of Paradiso is happening. So we will line it up that when we can launch off of this planet, we will end up in server Paradiso. I mean, it is true, Jared. Final says that every version of Paradiso.
Where is the button? Tracking mode? Control mode.
Which? Oh, I wanted to see what kind of thruster that was. You're the sci-fi large atmospheric.
Okay.
Sci-fi large atmospheric.
Okay. Well, keep trying to target the Yennefer light cruiser, and it just nobody wants to fire on it.
No.
I think it's just outside of range.
Looking forward to the server, Scarlet. We're looking forward to it too. You need to point out, Freaky, based on Final still asking about hardware combinations, you have a doubt on the arrival. No,
well,
our doubt at the moment is what's the best investment?
Yes, and whether or not we can support it with the network infrastructure that we can get. We have
there's two options, renting or buying a server.
And for the interest that we have in potentially not just the Space Engineer server, the hope was, okay, maybe we get something that has enough cores in it to justify hosting other stuff. Thus my questions about Threadripper. Now, if the appetite out there is, small, which it might be for now, then that's not really necessary to go all the way to Threadripper. But doing something with like a 7950X or something like that and hosting that internally and then on and on and on and on. So we'll see what that looks like. I mean, there's nothing saying we can't build another Threadripper build in the future either, right? So, though I did look, like I think my loose pricing was like close to 10 grand for a Threadripper build.
Yeah. And we also, in order to get the internet speed that we need, we're not actually sure that our building is wired for that. So we literally have a rep from one of the internet companies here coming this week.
Yeah, it's coming
to inspect the setup here in this building to see if they can support the internet we would need to run a server. So, like, we are trying.
And Scarlet, the Patreon support will open both paid seats, air quote, and community seats. Because we know not everyone can afford to kick into the Patreon. So we wanted to have it so that for every Patreon contribution, there were community seats that opened up.
Yeah, $5 monthly access fee is the lowest, and then we think some other higher tiers.
Yeah.
Those would include art that we mail to you, that
Yes.
I mail to you. Maybe Final will do some art too. That would be hilarious.
You do not want my art.
That'll be for the highest tier. You get an annual art piece from Final.
No, you do not. No.
Everybody gets a little picture on a Post-it note.
Oh. What is...
Have I gotten enough stuff to finish the other miner? or...
They're chewing on magnesium right now, and then they prioritize the stone, and it's very quickly spit out iron. Can't tell you for sure.
1 gigabit fiber would be enough. It's just that spike part you ran into previously.
Yeah, that's one of the issues, yes.
And we also both work from home, so we would have to run a server and both work from home simultaneously.
Yeah, we're on calls all day, every day.
So, this is where the complexity starts to come in. It's true challenge. We never said the art had to be good. We said it would be art.
Okay, those are doing the things. Those are all doing the things.
Stick figure flipping off the viewer. A final original.
There's a company here in Vancouver that offers 2.5 gig symmetrical up down. Well, I mean, we haven't seen the spiking behavior on the test server either, Freaky, so I'm not entirely sure what is going on there. But we're having another odd behavior on the test server that we don't think we should be having, which is the jump drives don't always work, which is very odd. Yeah, symmetrical 2.5, which is... Yeah, I'd pay for that.
Final's very excited about it.
If we can get it. If we can get it.
But we literally have to have somebody from the company check out if we can do it.
Steam game is Steam game. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. What are we doing here with iron?
But yes, $5 would be the entry tier, and then we would also have just an art tier, and then we were having like combinations therein where you could unlock, if you paid higher tiers, you could unlock more community seats. And I'm thinking the art is probably going to be like every few months. You also don't have to get the art if you don't want to. It is not a requirement. But then it forces me to practice doing some art if at least some people have the art tier.
Okay. Those miners are doing their thing. The other miner's on its way out. Okay. Alright. So, well, you're just waiting for resources now.
Uh-huh.
Come on.
Dust Puppy, hello, welcome. How are you doing today? Digital art with NFTs? Some of it might be digital. I think some of it'll probably be actual, like, physical art. Like paper crafts and such.
Yeah.
Whatever I feel like. I was debating doing some stickers.
We were talking about...
Maybe some bookmarks.
There might be, like, maybe there's a store component or there's a special offer component that gets you things like... Because you're making digital versions of cards right now that you're going to mail. So you could...
Joking about the NFT part. It's just going to be a piece of art with the letters NFT on it. Sorry, Final.
Go
ahead.
No, I was just saying that you might be able to provide art for mass consumption.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, no.
What are you trying to do?
I goofed. Off. There we go.
There was a ship nearby that had a bunch of scrap on it.
So I'm wondering... Nope, I keep pressing the wrong button. There it is.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to construct a large thruster to limp this miner home.
There was a piece of something There's a wreck
Oh,
nearby.
that's an interesting question, Evenstar. Could you join at the entry fee and offer the server access up to the community? I think the plan was that if you purchased one access for yourself, it would open up one seat. So you could join, and then somebody else would be able to join.
Yeah. Now you don't.
So you could just choose not to use your seat.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, something to that effect. We're not entirely sure yet how that's going to work.
No, because it's
but-
not really how you use Patreon, so we'll have to like keep track.
Yeah. Found a dead miner.
Oh, do we have drop pods coming in?
Looks
Maybe
like
we
it.
discuss this next month in person, way faster. Yes, absolutely. And Freaky, is the date you gave us the confirmed date? Because we'll make a dinner reservation.
Yes, those are drop pods.
Oh yes, Robo Ninja. Mod list is ! mod list. There's a whole whack of them. Oh yes, Jared, there's gonna have to be a spreadsheet to keep track.
Yeah, we have to. That's the. When there's a lot of things to set up, there's a lot of things to set up.
Yeah, because we're gonna have to figure out how we keep track of everything.
I don't know what miner this is.
Okay.
Oh, this is 4-1. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, plane ticket is not changeable and paid for already. Perfect. Do you know where you're... Have you booked a hotel yet? Do you know where you're staying? Dinner reservation and warn the place that there's excessive amount of wine to be drunk. Yeah, the place that we went to before, they said we only could have the table for 2 hours, and we stayed there for like 5 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. They did not care once we
They did not
spent
care.
enough money.
Yeah. Yes, you've already booked your hotel? Okay. Because then that will help determine where we're going for dinner. So you
Yes.
don't have to journey too far. I think once you order, you know, appetizers, dinner, a lot of wine, and after dinner beverages, they are all too happy to let you stay.
It's usually the wine that does it.
The wine.
Well, think about it. The markup on wine is enough to justify your presence at the table, right?
Oh, right, that's true. Because wine in BC, so Vancouver is in the province of British Columbia, and we have wild taxation on alcohol.
Pinnacle, huh? Okay.
Pinnacle downtown. Let me write that down so I don't forget.
Running around scrapping things to get more iron.
All right, that gives us probably enough time to get a dinner reservation. I got enough for the one thruster, so we'll see if we can limp it back.
Running. I'm running with a very sharp grinder.
You're running with scissors?
Mm-hmm.
And they're not even safety scissors?
Nope. Gasp by now.
Gasp.
Speaking of, let's go over here and let's go to control panel. Turn off this projector. Oh, there's really not much left of this.
What do you mean?
I found a dead miner,
Okay.
and I'm scrapping it.
It is not worth the effort.
Oh no, it's very much dead. Just
Is
turned
this
off
towards the iron
the...
area?
No, this was towards the uranium gold mine, the old one.
Okay.
Got some decent components on it, so I will continue grinding it down.
Okay.
But this miner had completely flipped over and died. And there was
It's
only
like, I cannot go on.
there was only a projection left of it. So,
Well, that's not ideal.
you know.
Okay. Let's see if we can get this thruster built. We can limp this back, and then we can try for an underground iron mine.
Yeah. You might want to take there's a tunnel inside the base. That's the one that's off angle from the ramp entrance.
Mm-hmm.
If you follow that, you should end up close to the iron mine that's in that direction. But you might still be in range of the Yennefer light cruiser.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where we lost a couple of miners before.
Correct. Oh, geez.
What?
Clanging out. None of these are on.
It's probably because it was embedded in the ground.
Ah.
And then as soon as
Okay.
you jumped in and updated the grid, it
I made it
probably-
angry.
Yeah.
Save, and then one is off. Which one is off?
Batteries look like they're
You?
on recharge too, right? So
Yeah, I know. I haven't. I was just wanting to check the thrusters before the battery in case I did any bad things. I don't know if we have enough lift.
you should with one thruster.
Well, there's something I'm yo-yoing, so I don't know.
I'm gonna take a look.
Yeah, it's like rooted in place.
Okay, hang on. I will come look.
I'm not mad. I'm just unsure of what's happening.
The same tone I have to use when she gets upset about her audio settings.
Every time. Okay, does anybody know why this is happening? Every time my computer does an update, like does a Windows update, it erases all of the audio settings for OBS. So I have to reset all of the audio. I have no idea. Final and I have not been able to figure it out. Is it because this is embedded?
Oh, it's Jared's favorite song.
Jared's favorite song? I feel like you haven't called that out recently.
It hasn't probably come up very quickly.
Yeah. Okay, let's see if this does it. I dislodged one of the drills.
According to this, the batteries are still... Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Okay, I think that was it. I think
Yep.
it was a drill.
You are free now. Take it back to base, they'll go get fixed.
Yes. Oh, that happened to you too, Lucas? You recorded an entire MES tutorial before you realized that the mic wasn't being used. Oh no.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating. Yeah, because Windows stray, it's true.
Pretty much.
So it's like every single time the computer does an update, I have to reset all of the audio in OBS. So I start preparing for the stream. Depending on, like, if it's an evening stream, right after work, I will turn on my PC and, like, check to see if anything is broken. And then come back to it later. Or on the weekends, we start preparing for the stream, like, an hour ahead of time in case we have to spend 30 to 40 minutes fighting with the settings. Like, you never know what you're gonna get.
Yep. Cool thing. There we go. Alright, let me go see. This miner done. This miner is done.
Okay.
I'll turn off the welders for a second. Turn off the rotor. Turn off the welders. Come on. Go.
Oh! A very forceful ejection from the welder pit.
I will pop out of this. You can now make sure the oops. Sure the projector is on.
It's on. I remembered.
Good. You're gonna have to redo the groups
Yeah.
because the welded blocks will come in under the old groups. Actually, I'm gonna
Looking done.
bring this over.
I'm still going front left.
Yep.
Okay. We'll do the groups first.
So I have to do the groups on this one because this one hasn't been named yet. This will be TMS 4-12.
Oh, now there's multiple. So this one, can we delete you?
Also, Lucas, if you're still here in the chat, in the combat config or in another config, is there a variable that I can adjust that affects the frequency of spawns? I thought there was, but I could be wrong, so. I had thought that I had adjusted enough of the other variables to increase the spawn rate of certain things, but it doesn't appear to be working that way. Skoka doesn't know anything about this. Speaking of...
Oh. Oh, good. Just what I wanted.
Just what you wanted, I know.
Dust puppy. Make a backup copy of c/username/username/appdata/roaming/OBS studio.
Yes, you could do that.
Could do that?
You could do that,
Okay.
but that would mean restoring that setting every time you do a Windows update. When really you shouldn't have to do that, but...
Well, it's
Also-
not about if I shouldn't have to. It's about just being able to work a little more efficiently. Oh.
Also, there is a
Oh.
River Thrasher above us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? Challenge knows why that question is being asked and is concerned.
Also, thank you, Lucas. That is exactly what I was hoping for.
Oh, no. Where? Is it gone already?
I think he's dead. Combat phases ended.
Okay. Oh, it should spawn twice as quickly. No.
Yeah.
I don't like the sound of that, Lucas.
Yeah. Which, the evil laugh or what Lucas just gave us?
Both.
Okay, 4-12 is in.
Where we're shooting. Okay.
So 4-12 is charging. You've got 4-11 charging.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, I should turn the antenna on, please, so we can see who's who. Apparently the...
Okay, while that's charging, I'm gonna run and
Those are
inspect how close this is to the other iron.
There's something else up here. This isn't just one grid, because the other guns are firing too.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Okay, this is just shooting at the base. Combat phase now active. Yeah, that was the Reaver.
So iron is a kilometer from here, so that's not too bad. So if I
Nuvia VIP
down.
armored transport. There is a, like I said, there is a mine, a pre-made iron mine already. It's to the west-southwest of the base.
Where did you tunnel from? Not at the end of the reactor tunnel.
I told you already, the angled one off of the inside of the base, off of the ramp, not the tunnel, not the reactor tunnel.
The ramp by the spaceship.
Yes, by the welder pit.
Let's go have some food and water first before this excursion. So what I'm trying to do is get a tunnel set up that does not go above ground, because most of them go above ground at some point, and that's when we lose all of the miners.
Yes, that was because we had to. Ooh, we got a good hit on that.
Oh. That's not supposed to be there.
Yeah, that weird visual glitch is happening, and I don't know why. I don't know what mod we're using that causes that to happen.
That's pretty funny. But yeah, I wonder... Maybe I'll look at the tunnel we have. See if we could just, like, adjust it so that it stays underground the whole time.
You could try. I don't know of another iron spot.
I have one.
Talking about the mine that we already have. Might go F5 because all of my ships are under the voxels.
Perfect.
Actually, I wonder if it's... I wonder if we should restart the server sometimes. Up in the cryopod. Grab some water.
Okay.
Remote desktop.
Oh no, that's why you wanted to leave. You want to get whatever tricky things you've got set up going. I know. I know how this works now.
What was that?
Do I have to leave the server?
I would probably have to restart it. So
Would you like to restart it?
I can restart it if you want.
Alright.
You should recall all the miners first.
No. How does this support us building our spaceship to get out of here? That's what I want to know.
Providing us more scrap.
Okay, I'm in the little station downstairs.
Okay. So
how do I recall?
Hold Alt and look up to the left. You can see the screen.
Yeah.
Then
Send command to all.
yeah, so press 3, which is apply. And then 2 to go down to return to home.
Move home.
Yep.
And then enter.
And then 3 to apply.
3. Received.
There you go. So they are working on their way to get home.
No, there's one what goes back up. Job paused. And one says move home.
Yep. That's what that means. So once they actually dock, it should be okay. The one we're really going to wait for is the Uranium Miner.
Mm-hmm.
Which is TMS 4-7. So if you look down the hallway and hold Alt, you should see it single. There's also a...
What is it?
Robo Ninja 09. Welcome to the Discord.
Welcome, welcome! Thanks for joining! There is our Discord, if you would like to hang out during and after stream.
I think my Space Engineers crashed. Yeah, it did.
Did it?
So you recalled them, so you can hop out, jump into your cryopod.
But they're not recalled yet?
They are being recalled. So look down the hallway to where the reactors are, and tell me if you see.
Those ones are all.
So there's 4 at the base there. Look down the hallway to the reactors.
I see it. It's there.
Perfect. Now jump back into your cryopod.
Okay. Okay, cryopod. And now I F5 or I exit completely?
Nope, you can just wait.
We are just waiting. Shall I read a trivia?
There you go.
Whilst we wait. How about we do that?
You can do the trivias.
Whoa.
Wow, wow, wow.
Whip crack indeed. All right. I have turned to a category called Great and Small.
Oh.
Vague. Okay. Oh, here we go. The cheetah is the fastest land animal. How fast can it run? Question is, the cheetah is the fastest land animal. How fast can it run?
Ah.
Yeah. Fast? Fast? And then we're gonna have to convert it.
There's
I don't
actually
know what metric it's using.
there was a Mythbusters episode about this.
Top speed, right? 50 miles per hour, 60, 70 kilometers per hour. I have no idea.
Rhea says 70.
70 miles per hour. Because now we're getting into which unit of measure.
Yes.
Quiz, what is it? Quiz 229. Because I was like, this book I think was published in New York. So I was like, what measurement system we'll be using? What's the speed in nautical units? How many knots is it going? Okay. The cheetah is the fastest land animal. How fast can it run? The book says the answer is 70 miles per hour or 112 kilometers per hour. It gave us the conversion. So 70 miles per hour, 112 kilometers per hour. So Jure and Helios, you got the right number, but the wrong unit of measure. Even Star was close too. Well, yeah, isn't it? They're like jogging for a cheetah is very fast, and then they just like get a little speed boost.
Yes. Something to that effect, I think.
Oh my gosh, okay. I have flipped to lakes, rivers, and mountains. Which is the world's third longest river? Question is, which is the world's third longest river?
I don't know, sounds ominous.
I do like that they weren't just like, what's the first one? They're like, you have to know the top three. I can't say that I know anything about world rivers.
I have arrived.
And hello, Alex. Welcome. I'm streaming in. Mississippi, Yangtze, Nile. Seem like good guesses.
Go get a piece of meat out of the...
So what is it that I get to expect now?
I'm not telling.
You're not telling? Does somebody want to tell me?
Nope.
Anybody? Anybody want to tell me what's gonna happen?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
No?
Nope, 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 nope.
No? Oh, okay. Oh no.
This speed's taking a tank for a second.
Oh. We'll see if it loads in.
That's the other thing about this world is that eventually we're gonna have to get out of it because the sim speed is going to continue to tank. Just because of the age of
It's
the world.
always a problem we run into.
It's a space engineer's thing. It's just the way it works.
Death, mostly. I like how Freaky and Scarlet were immediately on. It's not gonna be good. You will die. Okay, let's find the answer to the trivia question. Question, which is the world's third longest river? The book says the answer is the Yangtze. Alex, Jure, congratulations.
Yes.
Too scared to say anything, Helios. It's gonna be bad. I'm also hovering in the middle of nowhere.
I just walk upstairs and...
Should fix itself.
I'm still having sim issues. Why are we having sim issues? Why? All the way upstairs. See if we can fix it. be something
I'll
nearby
just-
that's...
Wander around for a minute, see if everything will load back in.
Come on. All the way up the stairs. Excuse me.
The cough lingers.
All right. Alt F10. Entity list. Speed.
Oh, there we go. So everybody guessed all of the top 4 rivers according to Jure. It's just a matter of getting them in the right order. Oh dear. Oh. I might have to reload. It's not.
Jump into... Come up here for a second. Jump into the helm up here.
Yeah, I'm coming. See if that sorts it.
Yes.
Give it a minute to think about it. And we'll see. Ooh. No, I'm gonna have to F5. I can see the sun through the bottom of our base.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see? Here, I can take a picture.
I can see it. I have your stream up. I think I might know what's going on. Floating objects. Where are they? Floating objects.
What is going on indeed? Look into the spinning orb. You are getting sleepy. You are enjoying the painful existence. Yes. Yes, indeed, Scarlet. Oh, hello, alien. Good bucket to you. How are you today?
Oh, I know what's still happening.
What?
I'm surprised this hasn't run out of power yet. There's still a miner coring itself down to the bottom of the planet.
That's what's causing us grief?
It could be. It could be.
Okay, well, I have to F5 then. Because I cannot see anything. So that means y'all get
Hello,
another
Amy.
trivia question.
Oh,
here
this
we
is one
go.
with a reactor. Oh, no.
Ugh. Alright, this category is So You Think You're a Science Sleuth. The printing press is widely regarded as the most important invention of the modern period. Who invented it? The printing press is widely regarded as the most important invention of the modern period. Who invented the printing press?
That is what? Whoa. What are we firing at?
Let the miner live. It's earned its existence, right, Scarlet? It's really trying.
It really is.
You're done being nurse until next weekend, Alien. How's your dad's shoulder doing? Carmen. Not even gonna try. Challenge. A guy. Way back when.
There's something out there. I can't see what it is. It's moving quickly.
Uh-oh.
The base is trying to
part
shoot
of
it.
your new scheme?
It might be. I don't know.
Is this part of your new scheme?
Oh, there's more than one.
What did you do?
The base is firing in multiple directions.
Oh, no.
There's a ship called Mini Balloon. I don't know what that is.
Okay, it's much smoother for me now. Things are
Yep, SimSpeed's
loading
back up to 1.
appropriately. Now that we got rid of the ship coring its way
I didn't touch
to
it.
the center of the Earth. Oh, it's still going?
Yep.
Okay.
Ship just hit the ground.
I can't see anything. Oh, wow, I can see that we're shooting.
Yep, we're firing in the middle of
it's over
the
there.
air. There's something in the air that's being shot at by the Annifer light cruiser.
Let me get the answer to the trivia question. So, the printing press is widely regarded as the most important invention of the modern period. Who invented it? The book says Johannes Gutenberg. Though I do remember that, alien, that the first press was in China, but this does say the modern period, so perhaps that's why it's Gutenberg. Unclear.
Oh, freaky! Thank you for your resubscription.
Freaky. A double resubscription! Thank you kindly. We very much appreciate it. Glad to hear Papa Bucket is doing well, alien. I don't know what this is. Final. This was later proven to be a lie. Exactly, Scarlet. He knows. He knows what it is.
Cannot confirm or deny. The lasers are firing. So something's close.
But it doesn't have a signal.
At least not anymore. SimSpeed's dropped again.
Yeah, the machine officially called the printing press. Yeah, I guess because the book says modern, they're assuming that we think it's the Gutenberg press.
It's so dark out.
Because I guess they don't want to be like giving you too many clues to the answer. It is so dark out.
Very dark out.
And welcome to the PC, Freaky. Now you got so many more options available.
Control! Let's see. There's the Annifer light cruiser again.
Shooting at us?
No, I'm shooting at it.
Okay. And is it working?
I don't know yet. I might be out of ammo. Oop. Yeah, I can hit it.
Oh, interesting. Now you can type without frustration and weird spelling correction. That's another thing, perhaps, that's a sign of generations, because I feel much like more comfortable using like a laptop or a desktop machine. I was like, I'll use my phone to do things, but if I have to like really do a task, I need like a desktop or a laptop. Like I just don't do things that involve a lot of steps on mobile. Oh, that's interesting, Alien. The reason people ignore the Chinese press is it had to be retooled often. It was very slow. The German one with its lead molds was far more reliable. It's all those history classes you're taking.
So many.
Smarter than all of us. So much more ability to research wine. That's why you get a PC, obviously, to do wine research. Auto carrot is great. You tried talking to it, right? Maybe I should go and have a conversation with the light cruiser. Like, hey, friend, why are you shooting at us? Let's give peace a try.
As I continue to shell it.
You're not working with the new theory.
Nope. I am resisting the doctrine.
Oh. Siri has turned on. Here we go. I have a little home pod in my office, and every so often, Siri thinks that I'm talking to her. Next semester, you're looking at 7. Are like taking all 7?
Ooh,
oh, there was
big
an
boom.
explosion. You can take 7 courses in one semester? Alien? Hello, Nebulord. Welcome. How are you today? Bonsoir. Ça va?
Come on, hit the ship. Well, maybe.
Kinda, sorta.
I hit something. Maybe I'm hitting it. Ooh, another one.
That was looking good.
Love the bits. Bits just fly everywhere. It stopped firing its pea at me, so maybe we can send...
Hydrate. I will hydrate, Nebulord. Thank you.
We might be able to send a miner down that tunnel and see if we get shot at.
So fun. Oh my goodness. You're allowed to take 12 courses a semester? That is wild. So I think when I was an undergrad, I think I might have taken 6 courses for a few semesters. It was a while ago now, so I don't...
I'm gonna go test this theory.
I was saying that was, what, like 12 years ago? Many years ago. But I do remember taking a lot of courses. But when I was in grad school, I think the most I could take was like 3 or 4. Because there was so much reading. You had to read like 100 to 150 pages for each class a week. So there was no way you could do more than like 3.
Okay.
To you as well, Nebulord. You have 4 chapters to read tomorrow for your single class. That's a lot of reading. I really don't miss the reading from university. There was so much. And I mean, I love reading. I really do. But, textbooks and academic papers take much of the joy out of reading.
Weird itches happening.
Alex, you never got to choose what modules you did during undergrad? If you don't mind me asking, what program were you in? What degree were you working towards? Because I know that some have more flexibility than others. Have you taken one of the minors to check?
Yes. Whoa, okay. Nope. Back in the hole. Back in the hole.
So no.
Nope, no, it is not dead enough.
Not dead enough. Okay, great.
There's an echo or some other cannon on that side of that freaking thing.
Okay. You've started reading only the first and last sentences if you need to catch up. Typically, if I remember correctly, the best way to do it is you read the introduction, you read all of the subheadings, and you read the conclusion. And if there's anything you need to dive more deeply into, you can just read those sections. Or if your instructor has given you some indication of what they're going to be testing, you can focus on those pieces.
Okay.
Well, that sounds very impressive, Alex. Anybody who can do an engineering degree is very impressive. I did the social sciences. Or what the soft sciences. I did not do any hard sciences. So my undergrad was in journalism, and then for graduate school I got my master's in library and information science. So none of which required a true science course. Though I did have to take 3 math or science courses in undergrad. That was a struggle.
Okay. Just gonna get these welded up.
So can I try my tunneling idea?
Yeah. I will. I'm going to do one thing that I realized that I had not done, which is that on these new miners, on 11 and 12, we need to fix something.
Okay. What is incorrect?
There's a problem with the blueprint.
Oh. You left civil engineering because of the calc alien? That seems fair. Absolutely.
One of the conveyor tubes is wrong in the blueprint.
Yeah. Oh, you're very welcome, Alex. Yeah, in the social sciences is a lot more reading and writing.
We lose power?
We might have. And Furburger, welcome. Thank you so much for following. How are you doing today?
The shields are recharging.
Oh. I mean, there's a whole bunch of batteries, so I would assume that we're... Oh, do they not have any uranium in our reactors?
Reactors are all out of uranium. Great.
Yikes.
The uranium is being refined. There is uranium being refined.
Okay.
So I will have to go check on... So it's probably being sucked up to make railgun rounds.
Huh.
Super great.
You failed every math module you did at least once, Alex? Yeah. I didn't even make it through grade 12 math. It was not my strength.
So this miner is fixed. These
Hello, Ferger. Welcome.
These...
Is the game free on Steam? Game free on Stream or Steam? This game does cost money.
Yes.
Your ship's fuel reserves are low.
Hey, Rev, welcome. How are you doing today?
The miners are charging.
Module, you do a summer resit exam. Okay. And the social sciences, you don't have to do as many exams, which is really nice. But you have to write a lot and do a lot of research. Game is like $30 US? Yeah, do you remember how much Space Engineers is final?
Nope.
The cost of the game? We've had this for many years, so there's a good chance the price is different than the price that we paid for it.
Your ship's fuel reserves are low.
Thank you, Rev, for the whip crack. Yeah, there are also a lot of DLCs. So you pay for the base game, and then you can pay as more DLC is released.
Oh.
4.5 hours of Kerbal Space Program followed by your favorite stream. Everything is fine. Lovely to hear it, Rev. How did KSP go today? I know it was a little tricky last time.
Did Sim improve? Really?
Is there something that I can do to help with the power problem?
At the moment, I am not sure. I am sitting in a miner waiting for it to leave before I evaluate whether or not we need to deal with uranium or set up something else with the uranium mine.
Okay. Ooh. Challenge has shared a puppy picture. Is it in the Discord? Go check that out.
Speed.
Yeah, the DLC is not a must-have for space engineers, but it is there.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Ryan Stone Cowboy. Base game is $19.99 at the moment.
They're pretty good about how they structure the DLC too. I mean, it's certainly not perfect, but they try to not make the DLC pay to win by any means. So.
Mm-hmm. Coffee then code. It is a must-have. And also, hello, Rhinestone Cowboy and Coffee then code. I don't think I have said hi to you yet. Welcome. This is heavily modded, so I've linked the mod list. So this version is far from what you would expect.
Yes.
On your initial
and intentionally
entry.
Difficult.
And intentionally difficult.
I'm just removing some dead wrecks because they might be contributing to our sim speed issue.
Okay, Alex, you're in Scotland, so your system has exams weighted at 60 to 80% of the module's final grade. Whew! You had an exam for every module. You did 32. Wow. That's wild. Mine was normally a combination of, there might be exams, but it was normally like various research papers or presentations. Most of the classes I did have had presentations. Particularly when I was in library and information sciences, because a lot of what you do is helping and instructing other people to be able to find what they need. So your teaching and speaking skills are very important. So those often get included in final markings. Copy then. How you just got here doing taxes? Figured watching SU would be less stressful. Oh, taxes are the worst. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry to hear that.
Also,
hope we can make it a little more entertaining.
I'm pretty sure that this is not going to be less stressful.
Yeah, probably not. ASB was astonishingly good this evening, Rev. Well, that's excellent.
Okay, let's try this.
Rhinestone Cowboy, the only issue with the game is the addiction. I mean, you're gonna put in a lot of hours, probably. Is highly guaranteed. Taxes are the reapers of the business world. You would have loved to do more papers and presentations, Alex. So lucky. Honestly, it was really helpful to have all that like public speaking experience because you don't get that very often. And then you show up at your job and they're like, okay, you gotta be in charge of leading this. And you're like, really? Okay. Sure. Axes are the ravers of the business world. They really are.
There's not much
Might
uranium
be
here.
you, but Final seems quiet. He does seem quiet. I don't know if he's not as close to his microphone today.
Is it that you see that I seem quiet, or I can't get a word in edgewise?
Both? Both? I'm trying to keep up with the chat.
I know you are. Here, I've adjusted
We're
my
chatty
microphone
today.
a little bit. Make your life easier. I'm working on getting rid of the dead grids,
Okay.
because there are some of them that are proving to be problematic.
Great.
I'm also adjusting how the miner behaves. Behavior settings. Motion stone. Toggle sorters off. Just leave the sorters on all the time. Yeah, gives me some time to focus on the ship. Yeah, right.
The ship! All caps. You set up a new base on Minmus? Okay. Second planet? From what I can tell. Already 3 Kerbals indefinitely. Look at you go, Rev! I'm trying to get further down into the planet. And then see if I can get this iron.
Tweaking. Combat phase now active.
Oh no!
Skoka loves combat phase.
No, 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 no. It's bad. Copy, then Code hasn't tried KSP, but in Minecraft you always enslave and murder all the villagers. So you're not sure if you should be in charge in Kerbal. You know, it's good to know thyself. We could challenge. I know that Pam could do this. However, if there's anything that goes awry,
Well, now, if you do that, Lucas, what you need to do is have varying degrees of combat phase. Where, let's say, this version of combat phase is like, okay, this it's bad, but it's not the end of the world. Then when you have hardcore combat phase, then you have that sound play, and then you really have multiple spawns and stuff like that. Kind of like your wave survival. Oh, I was tempted just to use your wave survival.
no.
See, Skoka's very excited by this idea. I don't know why.
We're trying to build a ship.
Well, at the moment we're out of power, we're out of iron. So what ship can I build?
Well then.
I might remove this. Let's
Oh
see.
my gosh. In your Minecraft world, Coffee then Code, you built a Saw movie style murder room where 2 villagers use pressure plates to move a saw between them until there's a victor? Ooh,
Wow.
Oof. That's rough.
That's not vicious at all.
That's not vicious at all.
You just need to dodge the explosion. Yeah, well, to that point, Lucas, I think I'm going to see if I can build another grinder drone. And see if I can avoid getting blown up. At the same time, trying to find the grid that is causing the sim speed problem, though.
That is a fun challenge. It is true. I could override the gyros.
Could do that, yep.
So we just coast.
I do have to talk to the final event, though. All of these LASB ships fall out of the sky far too easily. Now, granted, we're playing with modded weapons, so that's part of the problem, but...
They're vicious. You're merely providing the tools. One is named Dwight and the other is Jim. Of course. That's good. Oh yes, you've got all the spoilers challenge.
Yes. So for those of you wondering, we have been testing the server. And one of the things that we've been testing is how things behave and play and all those kinds of things. And we're getting to the point now where we're starting to be addressing the flavor of how things work. Less the actual does this work mechanics.
Yeah.
That's somebody's drop pod. This is a vanilla encounter that has been out here forever that I'm going to remove.
Oh, hey, Winter. Welcome. How are you doing today?
Whoa.
Wah.
So hello, games. How you doing?
Welcome, O Games.
Chunks of ship, more chunks of ship. What is this one? No. That. I don't understand why I didn't get any of those, but right. Okay. Did you know that Wilma's still out there somewhere?
Yeah, Wilma is still out there. You
Still has
can,
still
you
has
can
power.
delete her. She's very broken. I broke her.
He's upside down and mostly intact.
Oh. That was when I went on a scouting mission and was not successful.
This is up in space.
Best way to farm iron in that game is a kill room for the golem and trapping enough villagers who can see a zombie. Yeah, that sounds terrifying. That means he's fiddling the jetpack to be next to then useless. I mean, y'all had to know it. The jetpack is not going to be useful. Not in a game.
I haven't even
set up.
I haven't even put that mod in yet.
Ah.
So it's still in the to-do list because it was easier to test.
Easier to test without it.
Yeah.
It'll be just as good as we have it now. Super good.
Exceptionally good.
But yes, if you have the jetpack, it's a little bit easier to do the testing.
Yes. Apparently I'm going to run out of oxygen in this cockpit. That's good.
That's good.
It's good.
That's
It's really
good. It's going really good today.
Things are going exceptionally well.
You're doing good. Oh, games. Very tired and sore. You hate packing for a move. Ugh, moving is the
Yes.
worst.
Moving is not fun.
I hope it's going as smoothly as it can be.
Yes. Smooth is good.
We moved this summer. We understand.
Yes.
And we're good, thanks. We're both recovering from COVID.
Lucas, if you're still there, I changed the spawn time multiplier by 0.05, and I don't feel like it's any faster. It was set to 1.5 in the combat phase multiplier. I don't know if that was... I assume it just increases the spawn time. The spawn timer.
And glad to hear you're good, Winter. Doing well, thanks. See, you can't wait for SEAI updates, so you have victims, crew, to utilize.
I wondered if that's what you meant, Lucas. Okay.
Oh no, do we have to go do another restart?
We probably should.
Okay, alright.
Goku's excited.
Me. Not at all. Lucas,
very
why? You were just supposed to say, no, that's perfect. Leave it as is.
Lucas is too evil for that. Oh, is there a chat command for it? Then I can change it on the fly. So if I can change it on the fly, then I don't have to restart.
Yeah, the workouts are back. I've put them back on now, post-COVID. I've been able to do them without coughing, so they're back. How can you get the ads off the stream for a worker? Coffee is correct. You can only remove them if you subscribe or if you have Twitch Prime. Otherwise, you have to watch the ads, and I don't pick when the ads happen. I can pick when the ads happen, but often Twitch just decides when you get to watch an ad.
Yeah, Twitch has made it so that you have most channels now have a default setting for minimum ads as well.
Thank you so much, Winter. First screamer of the day, actually. Oh, looks like I'm doing some workouts. Okay, well, we'll get back. I'll go to the cryopod and then do the workouts. Ooh, that was weird. I'm even wearing my running shoes today because I got a new pair of running shoes. I need to break them in. So I was like, well, I can stand for the stream today and wear my running shoes to break them in.
Do not feel as good. I don't know, Jared. I don't think so, but they might. I know that Twitch had just blanket upped everyone's ad contributions or ad times.
Yeah, they've just added a whole bunch of extra ads.
Well, even there's talk about ads being on YouTube Premium now too.
Yeah, or isn't it like Netflix? They're gonna include a tier where you can watch the ads.
Yep.
For a slightly lower subscription fee.
The $5.99 or $6.99 Netflix US dollar tier will have ads.
Brutal.
But not only do you pay for the service, but now you pay for the advertising.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, too.
We don't even watch that much Netflix. We have it, but we don't really use it.
Yeah, and the part about it that really annoys me is the service that lets you have 4K and all that other stuff. The quality is not good.
Geez.
The quality is terrible.
I thought we were doing a restart. Is it happening?
We can definitely do a restart. Well, we don't have to. What I don't know is if what I need is the command to update the shield's gone.
Oh. Okay, I guess we gotta check that out. I was gonna do my workouts, but let's wait to see.
There is a superiority cruiser that just shot all of our shields out.
This is super good.
What I don't know is the chat command to change the frequency. And what I would need to do is get it to reload the combat config without doing a restart.
Okay, workouts. 10 jumping jacks. I have to take my headphones off so I won't hear any sound alerts at this
I
moment.
enjoy how as soon as a big bad ship spawns, the sim speed comes back to 1.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, headphones back on. Squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and push-ups.
The environment, all environment superiority cruiser is coming down.
1, 2,
What was?
3, 4, 5.
That just exploded.
Looks like it exploded. Thank you, Rev, for the workout. Thank you, challenge for the hydrate. I'll have some water.
Didn't explode that far away too, because we're still shooting at it. The railguns were not firing at the ship.
Oh. Corporate greed. Indeed. I mean, I'm happy to yell at capitalism. Any day. Any moment.
That one went boom.
I'll spare y'all.
Yeah, that didn't survive.
Moneymakers indeed. And hello, Mr. Tin Man.
Ow. 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 Need an oxygen tank. There we go.
Right, Even Star? What makes you mad is the ads are most often a little louder than the stream you're watching. Not to mention that they're not even always in a language you understand. True. I also don't understand that about streaming services in general. Oh no!
Did you die?
I died! I got shot!
You walked in front of one of the guns.
I was trying to get out of the way of the guns, but we have so many.
We're firing at something else now.
Just opening the door with a gun in my face? That's nice.
My fault.
That's nice. Get my body. That was a
Oxygen.
nice explosion. Oh, Fabian, hello. How are you doing today? I gotta do some sit-ups. Okay, one moment.
We haven't seen a Fabian in a long time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. Let's go see.
All right, workout complete. Thank you all. Okay, where did my body ended up? Flying? It was a nice explosion.
Firing at a whole bunch of things.
Oh yeah, that my
uranium.
flung 600 meters.
Okay, so we are making uranium. That is good. I am going to run downstairs and stop making railgun ammo. Take your railgun ammo off the to-do list.
Twitch thing, corporate greed? Asked Jared. I don't know how much gets taken out of the company, but they aren't profitable. True. Could be more in line with Netflix still making you pay for the service and watch ads when it used to be that you could just watch it without the ads. All commercials are louder.
What is
Probably true.
drop pods?
Oh, good. I haven't even made it over to my body location.
Told it to stop making. Did you recall the miners, or did you?
I didn't do anything with the miners.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Twitch is profitable for Amazon.
It's not. It wasn't profitable before, but it was popular, which proved that it was a worthwhile platform, which is why it got bought.
Yeah.
Oop, that was our shield again.
Feeling good. How do you know that the workouts happened? I could have just made strange noises away from the microphone. See, because I'm trying to work out more. So I appreciate that this is giving me a reason to. You've been busy catching up with work, Fabian? Hardly any time for yourself these days? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. But glad to see you.
Okay. The reactors are still
That would
empty.
help. That is thousands of people across the world making pennies for every ad they watch, which is why they keep pushing more and more onto people. That they do. Yeah, exactly, Scarlett. The whole purpose of buying a subscription is so you don't have to watch the ads. What is the point of buying the subscription then? Yeah, Netflix with ads is cheaper. That's their hope,
Yeah,
is by making it cheaper, people will
it's because they've driven up the price.
switch over.
Yeah, there is no Netflix ad or not Netflix platform or there is no Netflix subscription tier that is as cheap as Netflix was originally.
Yeah, what was it originally?
Like 9
Is it
or
like
10
$10?
bucks, like less than 9
Yeah.
or 10 bucks. So they're trying to offer the same thing they used to offer, but with ads.
And there's one service that we get in Canada called Crave. And it's kind of like a few different services, from my understanding, from the US, because that's where we get HBO, but it's also where we get the, like, CBS shows, because that's where we watch Star Trek.
Mhm.
And there's some other ones that are bundled into that one. So that one's more expensive, but it's, for us, is like a whole bunch of services
Yeah.
all in one.
I think we will restart the server again.
Okay, I'm running back so I can get food and water.
This station
After my
has
death.
almost no fuel left. Station fuel reserves low.
I have recalled the miners. The refineries are working on uranium again. We'll do a restart here in a second.
Okay.
Also, hello, Binary Killer. Netflix is dead, though. There is nothing cool to watch on Netflix anymore. Also, hello. Yes, hello.
Hello.
Yes, there's. I think it's the challenge with so many streaming platforms, anyways, is that studios have spread out to the point now where they're like, well, why would
This station is running
I
low.
pass potential revenues for my exclusive content to a third party? Why don't
This
I just do it
station
myself?
has almost no fuel
And
left.
so now Netflix had to become a studio to compete, and everyone else
This
is copying the
station
same model.
is running
And there
low
you go.
on
Now we have the content disparity that we used to have, and now we're back to cable.
This
Now we're
station
back
has
to cable.
almost no fuel
Oh,
left.
see, Fabian, you can't use that as a metric anymore, because Final and I have different
Station
offices
fuel
now.
reserves
We moved over the
low.
summer. So Final can't watch the squats happen
No,
anymore.
it's very disappointing.
He's thinking that he's going to install a camera into my office so that he can watch.
I mean,
Because that's not creepy at all.
I can use another thing.
wave equals several networks in a trench coat, says Lucas. It's
Yes.
true.
It's very true. The mini balloon is back. I have no idea what that is.
We're not doing a restart?
We will be doing a restart. Just I'm going upstairs to go look at the mini balloon.
I've been too prepared. Goes back to corporate greed and greens. Similar. The bottom line is a very ludicrous margin. You shouldn't be pushing for things like more ads on people who either receive the backlash directly, the streamer, you already squeezed their payments from, yeah, or the viewer who can't afford to keep. Yeah.
I have no idea what this thing is. Got a shield. I mean, they all have
Coupled
shields.
with how much it costs to buy groceries now, like holy smokes.
Yes. And we have and North America has the long end of the stick in that scenario. Like, we're doing relatively well compared to the rest of the world when it comes to cost of inflation. Like,
Where is the spy camera fund? Asks Fabian. The office spy camera fund.
running downstairs. We'll jump into the cryo.
Oh, okay. Well, I should have just stayed where I was.
I told you. I wasn't just going to be quick. Into the cryo so that we can restart the server again.
Alright, I'm running down the main ramp.
I'm in the thing.
Alright. Made it.
Alright. Into the cryos.
Into the cryos. Alright. Dog food was $30 last year. Today it was 58. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. There are
This
countries that are doing
is
better,
running low
asterisks,
on
but
fuel.
we are on the upper end right now. Asterisk equals people
This
who weren't effed by Reagan.
Well, that is, yeah. Well, it's getting into the, yeah. It's a long, drawn-out conversation, that one. I have yet to watch Arcane. I hear Arcane was very good.
Yeah. We got it on the list. But it really is like cable now. If you want to watch all of the different shows, you have to have all of the streaming services. Getting into politics, so that's all you'll say about it. We're okay with politics discussions as long as everybody's respectful about it. Also, we're in Canada, so not many
Yes.
people know much about Canadian politics. Nor
Unless you're
do
from
we know
here.
a lot about American politics. So.
And Skook and I also exist on the left-leaning spectrum of the Canadian left-leaning spectrum of politics. So
Yes.
it's,
So do with that what you will.
Yeah, our viewpoint is a little different. Wouldn't say we're communists, but we do believe in social services.
We do believe in social services.
Yes, and politics in general is a mess. Yeah, so it's kind of the way we look at it.
All you know is Trudeau is bad. Trudeau is a unique case in that both the left and the right dislike him. He's equally disliked by all, but for different reasons.
and thus why we have a multi-party system in Canada, and how the even more left-leaning parties in Canada will not like Trudeau, And the right-leaning parties in Canada do not like Trudeau. But Trudeau is a moderate. He's in the middle. So,
Yeah. Arcane is actually really good. Okay, well, there's a few votes for Arcane, so we'll put it on the list.
moderate by Canadian standards, Dre.
Yeah. Social services equal to socialism? Or slash
Do not equal
socialism. Do not equal. No, it's true. As in, we believe in a public healthcare system. This station is running low on fuel. Great!
This
Yes,
station is running low on fuel.
it's quite normal for this part of the conversation.
This station
my
has
gosh,
almost
okay.
no fuel
Oh.
left.
Great! We're doing super good! So,
This station is
Uranium.
running low on fuel.
Yes, let's check the refineries.
This station is running low
Refineries.
on fuel.
They are... The refineries are working through the uranium.
I think,
The reactors.
at least from what I can tell, Trudeau has made some right-leaning policies and left-leaning policies, but not consistently. So it's why he's considered fairly moderate, but has irritated both sides equally. Because he hasn't really picked a side. And perhaps that's intentional. I've done the fun thing where I can't see all of the world. We'll run outside and see if it fixes it.
Don't forget jumping into a cockpit sometimes fixes it. Jump into a miner that's not doing anything,
Yep.
and then disconnect from the grid. So I think part of the problem is that every time we try to get more uranium, it causes a grid update that
This
the
station
shields
is
Oh.
start
running
using
low
up everything.
on fuel.
And
This
that
station
is
has almost no fuel left.
a problem because the fact that we
Station
have
fuel reserves low.
so effectively the shield is consuming all of the uranium before it has a chance to go anywhere. Did that not fix for you?
Great. No. I'm running outside to see if it might fix it. Otherwise, I'll just F5 myself.
I might do the same thing here in a second. Shield. I'm gonna have to turn off the shield emitter. But I don't think we have enough uranium stored up. Uranium ore.
Well, Lucian is not pleased with the fuel situation, Lucas. Having a rough go.
I've shut off the shield.
Dun dun dun.
Because we are evil to ourselves, binary killer.
Finals evil. Oh, and it's combat phase. Woo!
I just shut off the shield too.
Fudge. All right, I will have to F5.
I will also have to F5, it looks like.
That seems to be the new system. Update the server, get in, and then have to restart or reconnect.
Yes. Performance is better after you've loaded the world once.
Yeah, it really is. I do agree on that one. We can watch the miner tootle on over.
Yeah, that's the deuterium reactor mod, isn't it? Yeah. I haven't tried it yet, to be perfectly honest.
Don't give him any ideas. We've got lots of mods. All right, we're F5ing. Shall I read a trivia question for us all?
Sure.
Sure.
Sure. Kosa
You show up just in
11021987. Thank you for the follow.
Welcome. Yes, Fabian, you've shown up just in time to watch the base get nuked from orbit. Okay.
Well, we are looking towards our server build for the next little bit, and what I'm hoping to do is minimize the number of mods. So I'm trying to keep it relatively simple, but I'm not opposed to adding some others. Reminds me I have to look at Archan stuff.
Okay, here we go. Question. Category is Violent Earth. I was trying to find something that seemed very violent. Oh, it's mostly volcanoes. Okay. Which Icelandic volcano erupted in 1963 and created a new island? Which Icelandic volcano erupted in 1963 and created a new island? See if anybody knows a lot about volcanoes or Iceland. Oh, and Freaky has requested 4 more trivia questions. And you would like the 90s music category?
I am not surprised.
Oh, my game has crashed!
Oh. That's unfortunate. Looks like I'm getting in, so.
Okay.
Ship fuel reserves.
We'll do the be right back.
Space Engineer kicking ass, but I like that game building in a few days, and then boom. Yep. Yeah, that's exactly how Space Engineers works. You get started, you get going, you're like, everything's great, and then you die because you make one mistake. Yep.
I was the year your mother was born alien. There you go. Okay, let me reload Space Engineers, and then I will look up.
It is entirely possible you were subbed to your binary killer. There's some folk who like to drop mini sub-bombs.
Like to do the gifting.
Yes. Reactors.
Quiz 180.
Okay, refinery.
Okay, which Icelandic volcano erupted in 1963 and created a new island? The book says the answer is Surtsey.
Surtsey.
Surtsey. There you have it. Okay, page 235. Or I can work my way through the music category.
Okay, are these miners
Now I have to remember which ones I already did and which ones I didn't.
Job active, job active. Okay, so those are all doing their thing.
We already did the Spice Girls one.
Those
We do
are
this
all...
one?
Okay, good. I don't know. I don't know what
Question.
I'm
Which
looking at.
threesome recorded the theme song for the South Park TV show? Did we do that one already? I don't think so. Which threesome recorded the theme song for the South Park TV show? Yeah, that's it. You're making me have to
Your ship's
remember
fuel reserves
the
are
questions
low.
because I just read them out of order. All right, let's see. I figured the threesome would just distract everybody. They could have said which group of 3 musicians, but they chose not to.
Something's attacking the base. Oh, it's an abomination.
1990s music is the category, so a group that was popular in the 90s?
Well, whatever it was, it's dead now.
Let's see, which threesome, or group of three, recorded the theme song for this South Park TV show? The answer is Primus. Primus.
Primus, huh?
Primus. Yes, which trio would be far better term to use? I know that there was a 2000s music. I'll see if I can find that one. Oh, here we go. Top of the Pops. What is the name of Bon Jovi's highest selling single? What is the name of Bon Jovi's highest selling single? All right, let's see if I have walls and floors and such.
I did, so. Oh, we're back up to 1.0 sim speed. We were for a second.
We had a brief moment.
Usually means that there's something bad spawning in.
Great. Sounding super good.
There is a...
Alien, yes, I know that person's music. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's my life. You give love a bad name. Living on a prayer. I don't know. Living on a prayer seems like it might be. Well, you can use Google. All the youths, you can use Google.
Station fuels.
That's very close to the base.
That is right on top of the base.
That is right on top of the base, and we don't have a shield.
Yep. And it's dead now. And... Yep, it's left a nice big wreck for us.
Okay. Well, let me hide here and get the trivia answer.
It was not far away from the reactors.
Yes, it's true. Highest selling does not mean most popular. All right, let me find the answer page. Quiz is 219. Question. What is the name of Bon Jovi's highest selling single? The answer, according to the book, is Always.
Okay. Sure.
There we are.
Ow.
There we go. Who originally released the single Don't Stop Believin'? You're all gonna have that stuck in your head if you were born after a certain year, or before a certain year. Who originally released the single Don't Stop Believin'?
Okay. Let's grab this.
Yes, Google is cheating. However, both Jared and Alien said they didn't know who Bon Jovi was, so they could Google to find out. Don't Stop Believin' is a great karaoke song.
Drink the water. There we go. Thinking of here. Reactors. Ugh.
Yeah, that is true. Was Journey the original, or did they just make the most famous cover?
Excellent question.
Excellent question. Okay, who originally released the single Don't Stop Believin'? Well, the book says the answer is Journey. Yeah, true freaky for all along the Watchtower. Bob Dylan made it, Jimi Hendrix made it famous. Absolutely.
I have to go get my stuff from my body.
Okay, here we go. Still in the top of the pops category. In 1981, which rock band sang the hit Down Under? In 1981, which rock band sang the hit Down Under? But the category is pop, so I don't know. Rock band. This one I'm pretty sure I know the answer to.
I won't remember your name,
Ah,
but I'll write it down.
Oh, that's
just in
interesting.
case someone finds it.
Both Dylan and Hendrix said the others was the better version. It's because people are... Oh no, that gun is still active. It's still active. It didn't shoot me though, so maybe it can't?
well, it hurt me. Twice now.
Uh-oh. You couldn't remember the name? I think it's Men at Work. But no, the category is pop. So I'm assuming they are a pop band. There are many questions with this trivia book. Okay, yep, it got me. Well, we'll read the answer then. In 1981, which rock band sang the hit Down Under? It is indeed Men at Work. It's true, you don't have to be pop to top the pop charts. Okay, I think you get one more. Let's see, there was a 2000s music. Let's see if I can find it.
Thank you, Binary Killer, for the rip. I don't think it's actually that ship's gun that's the problem.
Here we go, 2000s music. Here we go. Question. Beyonce was a member of which girl group before going solo? Question. Beyonce was a member of which girl group before going solo? Next up, the heavy metal band Toto sang about which continent? How far? The journey to my body, or did it already despawn? Oh no, it's still there. Let's see if I can get it. See if I can get it.
Don't think.
Too immersed in trivia.
I have a sneaking suspicion this is not the ship that's killing us.
This is not the ship you're looking for.
Let's see.
The Space Girls. I think that there should be a group called the Space Girls. Europe! Good guess. Good guess. Now I'm gonna have that stuck in my head. Yeah, Fabian has got it. I'm not even gonna look. The answer is Destiny's Child. Is it Middle Earth? And Furburger has redeemed a trivia question. All right, we'll do another one on the 2000s music. There is like a 60s and 70s and 80s music, but I don't know if this is gonna be it for the group. Freaky will start creating his own trivia questions for us. That'll be the next
Your inventory
layer.
is full.
Oh. Did you destroy it?
I think what was actually shooting us was the laser on the
Looking
base
very
through the
destroyed.
ground.
Okay.
So I have
We'll just leave all
Your
of the
inventory
bad tools
is
in
full.
here.
getting rid of a
Your
battery.
inventory is full. Do you
Okay.
need me to say that another 1,000
There we go.
times,
There's a
or are
dead
you
battery
going
on it.
to do
I
Oh my
think
gosh. Okay, 2 more trivia questions. There's a dead battery.
There's 2 dead batteries on it, so it's now should be unpowered. Yeah, it's unpowered now. So
Okay, 2000s music. Which singer won 5 Grammy Awards for her Back to Black album? Which singer won 5 Grammy Awards for her Back to Black album? I don't know. 5 Grammys, 2000s. Must be able to narrow this down by who was popular at the time. Black. Oh, I think I know this one actually. Lady Gaga, Adele. Fabian would like 70s. All right, we'll do 70s the next for your next question. Dre, I agree. I think it's Amy Winehouse. I don't, because Adele names all of her albums after her age. So all of her album names have been a number. I don't think Lady Gaga has had an album named Back to Black. But I think that Amy Winehouse has a single. Back to Black.
okay. I grind down the ship, hopefully get some more iron out of it.
You don't know which game to play? Oh, games? Give us a list. What games are you debating playing? Maybe we can help. Alright, let's check. Let us check. Which singer won 5 Grammy Awards for her Back to Black album? That's 191. Question 10. It is Amy Winehouse. Congrats, Sheree. Okay, let's find the 70s. Fabian's question. '70s music. This seems
Your
interesting.
inventory
Who sang the title song for the 1970s Bond film, The Man with the Golden Gun? Who sang the title song for the 1970s Bond film, The Man with the Golden Gun? Isn't it considered very prestigious to be the person who sings the title song in a Bond film?
It is. At least it was.
It was.
Wonder if the stuttering and the sim is coming from the entity list.
How games you're debating between 7 Days to Die, Fallout 76, or Space Engineers? Out of the few you have installed? I mean, I never vote for 7 Days to Die. I will never vote for that. Wow. Oh, combat phase. So good.
Yeah, we just came out of combat phase too.
I know.
Are you gonna help grind on the ship, or what are you doing?
I need water.
Okay.
Because I died and then I got my body and now I'm slowly running back. And then I will help grind down the ship. So we have to... What we're gonna run into
Your
is
inventory is
running
full.
out of
Your
water
inventory
because I don't think we can
is
make
full.
the cans.
Inventory is at another 1,000
There's
times
plenty of
where you
scrap
need to
metal.
do something about it.
Actually, we can bring over a miner. Load it full of scrap.
And then we'll get some food. Thanks for hanging out for a burger. Appreciate it. Take care. Okay. Let's get the answer. Who sang the title song for the 1970s Bond film, The Man with the Golden Gun? Book says the answer is Lulu. Freaky and Alex got it. Now I have done all the trivia questions.
There we go.
Your ship's fuel reserves are low.
Just looked up Bon Jovi Always. Did not know that song was called Always. Totally know the song and it makes sense with the movie tie-in. Oh yeah, movie tie-in. That's probably why. Are you...
Checking on the uranium miner.
Okay.
Not gonna come back with much uranium because it's almost done its current job.
So we have to find more uranium.
Well, there's some more in that uranium mine, but not much. I was gonna take this miner to the what is that? It's a dead drop pod. I was gonna take this miner to the wreck, but instead I'm gonna go look at the uranium, the old uranium mine, and see if there's anything left down there.
Okay. It's so true, though there's so many songs out there that the title of the song is not directly related to the chorus of the song. So people have different ideas about what it's actually called.
Some serious stutters here.
A few.
There's some uranium down here, not very much.
Okay. What's the gun situation?
There are no more guns on it.
You got
Well,
them all?
There's very few guns left on it, I should say. They're all, there's no power left. So it's dead.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
The thing that got us before was actually our lasers.
Ooh. Clanging? What is going on here?
You're standing on a piece
On
of
something.
Something. Yes.
Causing a great disturbance in the force. I'm trying to
Oh, actually,
trying to make it stop.
you're in a voxel that's not there.
Ah. Okay, time for stupid music videos? Are you gonna make some trivia questions for us, Freaky? Or just list the most stupid music videos for us? Yeah, here's the bad area. Meatloaf, anything for love? Literal video version. Reminds you of Yes I Am. One OK Rock. Only have that phrase said one time in the whole song. Yeah, it's so confusing when the title doesn't match.
Hello, Convention Life. No, that is... These are all... So the top LCD on the left is vanilla, center one's vanilla, and the one on the top right is from Pam, which is a script.
And welcome.
An auto miner script.
My inventory. Oh dear. Oh dear. We're just trying to get out of here in one piece. Look up Boombox by the Lonely Island. I don't know if I want to. Well, yes. Wanting chaos. Lonely Island. Oh.
See if the stuttering eases up here. Are you playing on a... Well, it should be fine. If it says booting, it's working. It's just it's not doing much. I have used automatic LCDs before. They're a bit of a pain to configure, but they do work. Local game. Yeah, it should be fine. I enjoy how it still says uranium here, even though there's no uranium here.
The uranium. It's like, yes, I can see it. I can see it. But no. Okay, back over here. Get the scripts. Ooh, sushi for dinner. And hello, Brayden. Welcome. I hope you're enjoying your sushi. Did I skip your comment about Fall Out Boy? Did I? I just didn't read all the way over. The story behind, yeah. Thanks for the memories. That was popular when... Was I in high school?
It shouldn't
I
even
don't remember when it was popular.
shouldn't even compile if the world didn't allow scripts. So it would be working. And it's just the straight script right off the workshop. You haven't made any modifications to it yet.
But I don't actually know the story behind the name of Thanks for the Memories from Fall Out Boy. But I know that I've heard it many a time. Okay. Let's see.
Not a lot of uranium.
Here we can grind our way down. Aha!
Rare code and also re-abonated. I mean, I assume you're translating, but I mean, I'm guessing that's meant to mean the raw code straight off the workshop, right?
Something nice to eat after work? Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Subscribed, I see. Okay, yes. Yeah, you unsubscribed and resubscribed.
Same time frame for you as well, challenged.
Yeah, I think that's odd. It should boot up. I don't see why it wouldn't.
Ooh. Blech. It's jumping all around. I'm hoping this scrap is gonna be faster than getting the iron, because there's a lot of it. We'll see. Ah! Yeah, there's a world seam. I found it.
Take a miner and just fill it.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
I know, I suggested it earlier.
Well, I did not understand or hear. Or it just went in one ear, out the other. We actually have a plan for dinner tonight, which is uncommon for Sundays. Normally we're like, what do we do? Because I marinated a whole bunch of chicken thighs yesterday. So I was like, I'm so prepared. Look at me go. We're shooting.
How big is the grid you're putting this on? And if it doesn't work, if you put it on another grid.
The space engineer's troubleshooting. Okay, let's get a miner and just use it as a cargo vessel.
It's a small base. Try putting it on a, just make a ship with a battery. Just like a small grid ship with a landing gear and a battery and then a programmable block and see if it boots up. Something that's not connected to your base.
Which miner is not currently being automated to do something?
Back right.
Back right. Number 12?
Yes, 11 and 12 are not programmed to do anything.
And do you have 11?
I have 11, yes.
Okay.
Trying to get more uranium because we need it. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
We are quite literally consuming power so quickly that we are running out of uranium before it gets refined.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a problem. And the new uranium mine is almost out of uranium, if I remember correctly, so I'm going to have to program the miner again.
Can go this way. I don't want to crash into the other one. They might have some of the most ridiculous names for songs. That is true. One of your favorites is out all the gin joints in the world. Have nothing to do with anything. Yeah. That does happen. Didn't y'all have a grinder ship? Yes.
We did.
It got killed, and now we're at the point where we're so low on resources that I don't know if it makes sense to make another one when we could just fill this up.
Yeah. Wilma is still out there. Don't know where it is, but it's still out there.
I don't remember where it got shot. I have a vague idea, and then I could try to lift it back.
I'm totally going the wrong way.
Yeah. Okay, challenge. So, taking all the vowels out of Thanks for the Memories was in spite. So that they had a shorter title. Okay. Let's get some scripts. I could turn the thrusters off, huh?
Landing gear.
Battery needs to be on to be able to access cargo, right?
So just
Can't be on charge.
yeah, no.
Okay.
Conveyor system will not work. Okay.
That's fine.
While this charges, I will go play with the other uranium miner. If I remember correctly, I remember seeing somebody said something about there being another mining automated script of some kind called SAM. Or if I
Oh, I don't know. Ooh, another trivia question. Freaky, do you want to keep on the music? Or would you like something different?
.7 is out there, but not doing anything. Okay.
Oh, the accurate titles were out of spite. Okay, I see.
What is this one working on?
Okay, music is fine. All right.
Job done. All right.
Oh, connection.
Try to job position.
Eh? There we are. All right, let's find another musical category. Musicals.
Top mining job.
What do we got for musicals? I don't know if this is the group that knows a lot about musicals.
Keep hitting the wrong one. There we go.
All right, I'll find something else. Here we have the best of 2012. Apparently that was a good year for music. Oh, here we go. This is interesting. According to Forbes magazine, who was the highest paid musician of 2012? I have no idea who was popular in 2012. According to Forbes magazine, who was the highest paid musician of 2012? That's what, 10 years ago? Who was popular 10 years ago? You okay there, Final? Sounds not good. Drop pods, probably. Yes, musician. 2012. Lady Gaga seems like a good guess.
I think that's a drop pod.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Shields down still, remember?
Yep,
It might land
I
right on top of
remember.
us.
I've been watching it. It did not land on top of us. Should be fine. Should be fine. 2012. I mean, Taylor Swift could have been the highest paying in 2012. Kanye? Yeah, that's true. Or Beyonce? I don't know. Beyonce has done well for many years, but I don't know if 2012 was the year.
Yeah, that's coming back.
Was it Jay-Z? Okay. According to Forbes magazine, who was the highest paid musician of 2012? Answer on 492. Let's see.
Strike
Drum
carrier.
roll. Oh no. Quiz of 207.
Coming in close too.
19. Okay. The highest paid musician of 2012, Dr. Dre.
That makes some sense.
Dr. Dre. We were all wrong. Kanye East, Jared. Dr. Dre did something? Did he have an album then? Maybe that year?
Not just an album. Ooh, missiles. Big missiles. Not just an album. He also had a deal with
Okay, those are missiles.
Apple. Pretty sure Beats were around that time, weren't they?
Beats. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, owns a lot. A record label, Beats.
Yeah. I think he was still considered a musician
That makes
then.
sense. And he was still considered a musician then.
Was the Beats deal in 2014? Yeah, okay, there you go. So, quite the right time.
Not quite. So just only advanced in wealth from that point.
Mm-hmm.
Want to debate the legality of the question? I mean, you can take it up with Forbes magazine. It's based on how they
Uranium.
classify somebody as a musician. In which he was probably still a publishing recording artist.
We're slowly building up uranium in the reactors.
Oh, good.
We're only at about 8 kilos per reactor right now, though. We need about 100. Okay, I'm gonna run down and go look at the uranium miner.
Probably interesting too because, you know, for many years musicians just made money off of music and touring and albums and whatever else until they started branching out into licensing and advertising and all sorts of stuff.
The strike carrier just got up off the ground.
Yeah, they just had extra income counting for that. Huh.
Oh, something blew up. Vanilla way to use thrusters on some grids? No.
Yes, does the income count for this question? According to Forbes magazine, yes.
Ah, yeah, Jeray's right. Only with you can do it with overrides. And technically, scripts are vanilla, so you could use vector thrust, but that's using a script. That strike carrier is still alive.
Sounding like it.
It just plowed into the ground again.
It's bobbing and weaving.
Yeah, apparently. And there is an Anuvia VIP armed transport coming through, too.
Good.
Again.
Again.
Alright, I'm going to go look at this uranium miner. You are pretty much right on top of the reactors, by the way.
Okay.
Just so you know.
So I know.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't planning on causing any explosions, but now that I know that, blow everything up.
Sounds like something you would do.
You know I would do it without knowing or trying. Doesn't appear to be doing anything.
Okay, fly to job position.
We're also thinking Save Rock and Roll came out that year, but it was apparently in 2013. You may have a band you like. I mean, that's good. Probably do another load or two, and then go back.
You can try shelling the ship again
Okay.
once I come back with the uranium.
All right.
Or come back with the uranium miner more figured out. Supposedly there's more uranium. Oh no. This is just that's the uranium that I'm looking at right now.
That's not ideal. Okay, quick. Go, go, go.
Are you noticing the Anuvia transport?
Yes, I was trying to time it so that I skedaddle while it's down.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like jumping. Because I need this scrap to be in the base, refining.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think we did it. Fallout Boy again. I'm sensing a theme challenge. No, my song's No Use It in the Dark. Oh yeah, that one. It's good. Thank you, Helios. We attempted to fly low and swift. I wasn't particularly swift, but it didn't seem to notice me, so we'll take that as a win. Since we're on the topic of music, what kind of music does everybody like to listen to? Okay, let's not do the crashing.
Don't break it.
Do we think it's safe to go back out?
Maybe. I don't see much. It's hard for me to tell what's moving around out there because I'm flying in the uranium miner.
You're an emo kid. Leave me to my black hoodies and good music. Totally fair. I just like that with music there are so many options. I don't like when people like disparage other people for their choices in music. It's just like whatever you want to like. No. I just don't want to hit. Okay, okay. Right, Helios, we came back in one piece. Any landing you can walk away from.
Okay.
Pop and rock, alien? But most things other than rap and screamo? That's fair. For obvious reasons, I'm not a huge fan of screamo. It's too loud for me.
No.
Too much screaming.
Delicate Skoka.
Too delicate.
Poor delicate Skoka.
Jump around a lot, Jared. Anything from pop to musicals to some rock, Helios, but mostly songs and music from anime. That's very cool.
I'm slightly concerned.
I like musicals too.
Slightly concerned that we have used up all of the uranium in this vein.
Uh-oh. So that means we have to go scouting again?
Yep.
Uh-oh. That's a bad news, Bears.
We might be okay in this little spot.
Particularly sheltered.
Might be more in this direction.
Sometimes you like instrumental, Jared. Sometimes game music. Sometimes pop. Sometimes mild electronic. EDM. I think that's Final's favorite. It's electronic. Or
I don't really listen
similar
to,
to.
don't really listen to much anymore. I've been on my synthwave kick for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's, mostly electronic still, so.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Anything you can vibe with? I mean, that sounds like a good metric challenge. Grew up on country. I was also raised on country music.
I didn't have a choice.
You grew up in Alberta, so that's what you had to listen to. Exposed to 90s rock and pop. Your teen years on mostly emo. Yeah. J-rock, but I've listened to things from metal, musical, foreign, good rap. Yeah, I think that's a good way to do it, Jared. You either like a song or you don't. It doesn't really matter the genre.
Set up mining job. With
It was a good way to measure it. As you can probably tell, I listen to a lot of relaxed jazz, lo-fi, folk, instrumental, but also a lot of upbeat stuff if I'm working out. It really just depends.
the pop slave.
Do like pop.
Okay. Hank.
Oh, oh no, we have turned ourselves around.
Good job.
Listening to your like songs on Spotify is a trip. Oh, that's interesting, Jared. Because I know that people have different ways of doing this. So when you download an album, you pick and choose which songs you like. If you don't like, you remove it. Because typically, I'll listen to an album the whole way through first. If it's like a musician that I enjoy, I'll listen to the full album.
That's the way I do it.
And then, for the most part, I'll keep everything, but I'll make playlists. That's how I do a lot of my listening, is through playlists. Because I read somewhere, some study on this, about, for your brain, it helps your brain to focus if you listen to the same thing or same few things over and over again. So I have a playlist for like when I'm working on things that I have to focus on, and it's only a few songs, and I know all of the words and I like them, and it can kind of just fade into the background, and apparently that's very good for your productivity.
Everything's about the productivity of Muskoka.
Really, it's not. For work it is, so that I actually force myself to do something. I get very distracted, as you can also probably tell. So I try to find things that will help me focus. And it usually works because I'm not getting distracted singing along. All over the place for you too, Helios. You YouTube to MP3 all your music, Alien? Okay. Listen to the first minute, maybe, Jared? Want your songs to have consistency when you play at random? Yeah? Yeah. I'll do that too, Alien. If you're focusing on something, you listen to the same song over and over and over and over. Yep. There are some songs now that I know because I had listened to them for a specific task that I'm like, oh yeah, that's when I wrote this paper. Anything you can tap your foot to has a good meaning, or is just melodic, rhythmic, has a beat? Absolutely, Jared. You're very welcome, Helios. I found it's been helpful for me. Could be good when you're writing to just have one or two songs that you go back to. Because then it, like, gets your brain focused. Like, it provides, like, a setting. So you're like, when I listen to this song, this is the thing that I do. I can't remember what that's called. That's very fair. If you listen to the same song over and over again for a specific task, you might never be able to listen to it again. Hey, Glacial, welcome. You've also done the same. Lost a song or two because of it. Any song with marching or clapping is good. Yeah, like a good drum line.
Okay, the Uranium Miner's coming back.
got What a Catch, Johnny, Change, Pain, Drunken Lullabies, I'm Still Here, Jim's Theme, Defying Gravity. Those are just some quick examples. If you can name who sang them all or where they come from, you applaud. Well,
Are any of them Fall Out Boy?
I'm assuming. I am assuming. I recognize some titles, but I cannot name them off the top of my head. I think we should be able to fill this safely and go back, increase our iron stores. This is where the weirdness was happening with the ground.
Yeah, it's gonna be a thing.
We'll do as much as we can. Haha, okay. Back we go.
So many days flying through tunnels.
That's all we do.
We do a lot of tunneling.
Today it's just a lot of repeated tasks.
You haven't even had a chance to work on the ship at all.
We haven't even touched the ship.
Need a train system, yeah, really.
You were ecstatic when you found out Spotify finally had anime songs on it? That's awesome. Okay, quick. Defying Gravity. Ah, the Defying Gravity from Wicked. I do know that one. They did a version on Glee, too.
One kilometer.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Get this docked, get it back to its job, because there's a fair amount of uranium in that mine still, which is good.
Okay, that's good. That is very promising for us.
I'm going to probably see if I can shell or do something to that ship.
Okay.
Not sure what yet.
I'm waiting for this other miner to take off because I don't want to crash into it.
Luck with that.
Yeah, we're gonna wait it out.
I'm not doing the flying right now, Jared. The miner is.
You're just along for the ride. Taking a very long time. Oh, there it goes. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Let's check the uranium stockpile.
I've gotten most of that scrap. So I have given us a little bit to work with.
The warfare reactors are up to 11 kilos each. Fine.
Number. Oh, wow. We got a whole 2,000 iron and so 4,000, 7,000. Look at that. We're slowly increasing our iron stores. Just eking along.
Yes, very slowly.
Let's see.
This one working on. This is 11.
So there was a little bit left over here, but I don't know if I need the miner for it.
What is this over here? Another drop pod?
That armed transport seems to be circling.
Yes. Was something left over from a drop pod.
Yeah.
It's dead now.
It's dead now.
To run downstairs and grab a miner, I think, and go see if we can do something about that and for a light cruiser.
Yeah, that one's still a problem.
Oh,
What?
the laser antenna for the platinum base is gone.
Oh, we lost the platinum base?
Well, the platinum base is like we lost connectivity to the platinum base. Like the laser antenna that was connected to it.
Is gonzo.
Yes. Okay, let me jump into this. That. This. Out to.
So today has basically been negative progress day.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
I don't know if it's negative.
well, we didn't have any iron last episode, and we are getting iron this time, but the power problem is a new one.
Yes. I don't know if it's negative progress. It's just certainly not
Sideways
positive
progress.
It's certainly not positive progress.
Sideways progress is right, Alien.
Halfway progress.
The reverse, yeah, maybe the reverse took it over challenge. That's true.
Zetrasepper, thank you for the follow.
Yeah, freaky. That's very true. Have not been to the platinum base for months, so
No.
who knows?
Who knows if it's there? Okay. Trying to get closer. Woo, okay.
Yeah, by progressing, you're making
Oh,
more.
good.
What?
I got sniped out of the cockpit by the Yennefer light
Of-
cruiser.
It's just really angry at us. It's
Yep.
really mean and angry.
Yep, it is. Control. So, this miner is fine.
With no cockpit.
It just has a very damaged cockpit.
Ooh, Zetra made your first mining ship today. Congrats!
It's the same thing that happened to your ship.
Oh, no,
I'm
no, 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 no.
I'm right next to Wilma.
Reverse! Pick on it! No! Thank you so much. This is delightful.
Okay, so I guess I can do this.
How much of the ship has been built? Jared says 60%. Oh no! And a screamer. Ah! Yogurt! Also, welcome.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
it's
Thank
not.
you so much.
It needs a bridge
Oh gosh.
and it needs some cargo, but otherwise it is
0% today. Well, you know,
on its way.
let me go and weld a block on the ship. How about that? Then you can't say nothing. We made some progress on the ship. I just don't know what ones I have to weld.
The main flash block? No, the thruster on the ship is the thruster on the main thruster on the ship. That's done. Doesn't have a
How
jump
are you
drive.
today, Calgar? I will weld a block out of spite. Power cells. Can we make power cells? And production.
Does not have armor around the thruster yet, and we don't have a shield on it yet. We do need to get
Look,
a
I
shield.
finished a
generator on
block
it.
on the ship. Forward progress. Yeah. Need a few more. Exactly. You know, we'll count it. We got some momentum. Tequila! Everybody drink. Have some water. No, at this rate, we probably need real tequila.
Probably.
Final needs a tequila, I think. We haven't restocked our bar since the move, because we're like, we got other stuff to spend our money on, but maybe we need a bottle of tequila. For moments such as these. Actually, I only need 5. Cheers. Cheers, everyone. Have something to drink.
Okay. I'm back in the miner.
There you go.
I'm gonna see if I
You
can.
not finished your Vanguard rebuild, Alien? It's been 5 months? See? There we go. We're right on schedule then, Final.
We are. Okay, let's go see if I can get close to the. What is. I don't know what crashed over there,
Something?
but we're shooting at it. Hitting it. I have no idea what crashed over there. Alright, let's see. Oh, there's something else. Okay, alright. There's a number of lawn ornaments on the far side of the. On the far ridges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just everywhere.
Yeah.
Don't look too close. Freaky suggests we get a whiteboard and put down a list for Final to accomplish during a stream. Like, not too long a list. He'll procrastinate regardless.
Okay.
Taken almost 2 years. I mean, we have built multiple ships in that time, Jared. We just haven't found Paradiso.
Okay, so we have a new problem.
Oh, good.
Can't get
And
close.
the problem is?
I can't get close enough to the Everlight cruiser because there's another ship trying to shoot me.
Oh, what a time.
It's so much fun. So much fun.
Whoa, for once Picklebeard is with Jared. Saying that we've taken almost 2 years. Did it actually fly?
I mean,
Well,
there,
the first Paradiso, a
there's
few
one.
of them did.
There was one in the new Paradiso.
In second
it-
Paradiso, the ship flew and then was immediately blown up and the series ended.
Yep. Oh, TMS 11. There goes TMS 4-11.
Danger. Health. Critical.
My goodness. My goodness.
I will say I made it back to the base.
Oh, okay. And it exploded upon arrival?
It's
Don't do
salvageable.
anything. Let me see.
Salvageable.
I built 3 blocks on the ship. You're welcome, everyone. Where is it?
Left of the
Up
of the ramp entrance.
Okay. Let's check it out, shall we?
Need to go heal.
Just look for the smoke. Okay. Okay.
That one's savable.
It's probably savable. Most of it is missing.
Most of it.
Most of it is missing.
I mean, the bits that need to make it fly are still there, so I'm lucky I can get it back down to the welder pit for the end of the stream.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's a very simple manner of hashtag blame final and hashtag when in doubt shoot Jared. Giving him crud on progression because, well, things that are hidden right now? Yeah. The focus has been getting the server up and less on making progress here. Ruin your perfect stats for SE? You'd like to keep it under 100 hours for your space engineers usage, Freaky?
On
Where are
flip.
we shooting it? Nice.
One gyro on override. Great success. No
Great
breaking
success.
thrusters.
I want to lower yourself down a little bit.
I'm working on it.
All right, there you go.
Slide right into the welder bay. Still don't have
It
any
is very
breaking thrusters.
convenient at the rate that we break ships to just have a nice little repair center.
You can fly through and everything gets welded up nice.
Nice. But then you can't, it's true, then you can't shoot Jared if you're only playing sub 100 hours of Space Engineers, Freaky.
Okay, let's fix the things. Thruster state.
Okay, so what is our main conundrum at this point?
Can you check how much uranium we have to find?
Zetra Zephyr, thank you so much for following. I very much appreciate it. I forgot, I haven't done a link over to Final. It's the other person that you're hearing.
Yes, the amazing
The
final.
amazing Final.
Yes, who's so good at space engineers. So amazing.
You really are.
I'm really not.
Yes, but you really are good at Space Engineers.
No. I live underground in a hole. Then we don't survive in very well.
Yeah, but you also have set the stakes to be incredibly difficult.
Yes. Hello, Battleship Missouri. How you doing?
Hello. Do you like Zetra Zephyr? Just Zetra? Just Zephyr? Let me know. I want to make sure I pronounce people's names right.
Okay, I'm gonna park this. How much uranium? Uranium.
Eventually we'll play some Atlas again. Yes. Yes. We do have uranium. We got 10 in the reactors.
So we actually have less than we did a few minutes ago.
It's still refining a whole bunch.
Much. How
There's
much?
about 900 in the refineries. Each refinery has about 900.
Okay. The
Hello there.
uranium miner.
Zetra is preferred. Thank you for letting me know. It was not available, so just added something else. Yeah.
Hello, chasseur. Thank you for the sound alert. There
Sure, bring
is.
extra crew. Yeah, we gotta get a Kraken going.
Yes.
I'm assuming that's gonna be a Saturday morning.
The uranium miner is out there somewhere. That's
Okay.
working on that. Miner's working on those things. Okay.
Okay.
We might need to go find more uranium and iron in not the direction of the ships that are trying to kill us.
But that's every direction.
Yeah, but not... I mean, let's just focus on the fact that the 500 is currently shelling a ship from range.
Mm-hmm.
It's working.
Good night, Zetra. Thank you so much for the follow. Thanks for hanging out. Take care. So...
Explosioning is working.
The explosioning is working. So we have the Heavy Command Carrier Cruiser east-northeast. We have Annulet B Frigate, about south-southeast. Annifer Light Cruiser, south-southwest. And we have some stuff north, but most of them don't have tags.
Yes.
So unclear as to where. So perhaps north is, I guess, the direction, because we have to figure out what will shoot us.
North, I think our options are either... Yeah, north. There used to be ships that way that would shoot us. I don't know if they're still there.
Yeah, I don't
There-
see the tags anymore.
There is a midget sub past the uranium mine. So that might still be a problem. There's some damaged blocks up here that I'm trying to repair.
Because, so, the necessity is to find more uranium.
Yes. Oh, great.
Okay.
Well, find more uranium or find... or find another iron mine.
Well, drop pods, it looks like.
And those will probably
Or maybe
land on
not.
top of us. Reminds me, I need to turn these lasers back on.
I mean, they follow players, so I can make sure I'm not on
Yeah, but I'm on top of the base.
top of the base. Right.
Okay, so I just saw something past the uranium mine fire a railgun into the sky.
Great. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's a drop pod.
Yeah,
Okay,
those are
we'll
drop
run
pods.
over here. The light crews are shooting them for us.
Yes. Wherever that gun is, it is in exactly the right spot to keep firing at something.
Yeah.
drop pod coming in.
Yeah.
The NOS Heavy Command Carrier Cruiser has a working laser on it. Because it was firing at the... Oh, there's troopers in the base. That's
Okay.
you. Firing at the drop pod.
Yeah, I'm trying to get its battery. I'm glad that my bad aim had me confused with the trooper. Does not want to die.
Ah,
Hooray. I'm stuck.
just got blasted by our own guns again.
At least now
Classic!
you won't waste the batteries.
What is it that it's shooting at?
It's probably shooting at the drop pod still, so grind it down.
Okay. We'll get rid of the good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much good stuff in it.
Yeah, but we'll take the scrap.
Yeah.
Beggars can't be choosers. VIP armed transport.
Close. Oh, 1.7 kilometers.
1.7? Mm-hmm. Close.
Close enough. Close enough to be a problem. Get upstairs and get my stuff.
It's running away, so you don't have to worry about that transport.
Yes. And it's getting shot at by the other enemy wrecks.
So the troopers
Okay.
at the base were just me? There weren't any other troopers?
They were probably just you, yeah. Okay, so let's see if I can do something about this shit.
Let's do a quick little once-over. Because I don't know where the other one landed.
Medium. I think it was over by the annual the battle carrier
Okay.
or command carrier cruiser.
Okay. No, alright, well I'll go get the free scrap while it still exists.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that armed transport's going down.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Boom! Light show.
Yep. We're still shelling that other ship over there. Oy, 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 oy.
We're just shelling everything.
What are you firing at?
I don't know if we need ice.
I think the next time I build a base like this, I'm putting all of the lasers on towers.
Probably a good idea.
And then the PDs can be spread out underneath.
I mean, you've built this style of base a few times now.
I know.
I know.
Okay, so I think we have to do something about this heavy command carrier. So I'm going over there in the dark on foot.
What's this? Oh my gosh. That's a good idea.
Never give up. Never surrender.
We're not giving up. I'm just, you know, if you want to increase your chances of survival, perhaps wait until it's light out.
No.
No?
Fires of the crushed ship will light my way.
Okay, have fun.
will. Where is... Still a kilometer away.
It's a long run.
Yes, and hopefully it doesn't shoot me before I get there. I know there's a laser on it.
Did you take your good tools out of your inventory?
Nope, I did not.
Rookie mistake.
I was just going to increase my desire to get over there and kill it. Iron Boulder 4 is definitely on the way to this command cruiser.
Okay.
There's another ship in a wreck over here.
Boulder 4.
I'm hopeful that if this...
Have fun storming the castle. Exactly, Fabian.
I'm hopeful that this dead ship... this is a drop pod. I'm hopeful that this dead ship is... can be deadified further, and will...
Did you bring a warhead with you?
Did not.
Also a
Should've.
rookie mistake. You're taking over my job.
I am. That's not the point. I'm going over here to see if...
I want to kill it.
want to make sure that we can get our ships out so we can get some more iron things, because I know there's other iron mines in the valley where you had lost your rovers.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get some food and water.
400 meters, I'm still not dead.
Do you think he'll make it? Ask Glacial.
350 meters, still not dead.
Maybe.
I'll get here and find out that the
You'll
remote
get
control
there and get
block...
blown up.
Yeah, I'll find out the remote control block is still active on it, and it'll kill me.
Good, we're making some empty tin cans now.
Okay. Ah,
Or
it's
is
got...
it the ice that's the problem?
It's got this big freaking gun on the front of it. I forgot about that. Alright. There's a laser.
Oh, we got a bunch of ice.
No more space
Ah.
in suit inventory.
Take that.
You get it?
Oh, I got a laser on it.
Your inventory is full.
A cargo
Do you
container.
need me to say that another 1,000 times,
There
or
we
are
go.
you going to do something about it?
Still powered. There's something in it.
Your inventory is full. Do you need me to say that another 1,000 times, or are you going to do something?
Well, that'll
about
get
it?
us some.
Inventory is
Water.
at capacity.
Lucian's bad at me.
What
Inventory
happened?
is at capacity.
My inventory's full.
Aww. And you're
No
not
more
dead yet.
Space in suit inventory.
Oh, I'm not dead yet.
Your inventory is full.
Ooh, that's a
Do you
laser
need me to
antenna.
say that
Okay.
1,000 times, or are you going to do something about it?
I am using stone to
Your
get
inventory
resources,
is
Jared.
full.
But I am not
Your inventory
beyond
is full.
just
Do you need me to say that
grinding stone
1,000
until I have
times,
to
or are you going
survive.
to do something about it?
We
This
have
is-
been using stone.
Inventory is at capacity.
I spent half of last
Your
episode just
inventory
mining
is
stone.
full.
Aha! I am inside the ship.
Oh, wow. Look at you go.
I even found a door. In a med bay. It's offline.
Now you have to find all the guns.
Well, I have to find the batteries, really, is what I have to find. But I could also just cut
Your
off
inventory
the
is
guns.
full. Do you need
Yeah,
me to say
then they
that
can't shoot.
1,000 times, or are you going to do something about it?
Done. One gun removed.
There we go. That'll do it. Oh, I gotta do some squats. And Final can't watch them. Aww.
I'll have to do something
Final
about
can
that.
use his imagination.
Still have to do something about that.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so I think this one is D2.
Right.
That's okay.
Thank you, Fabian.
Oh, there's a dead jump drive on it, too. Nice. This one is definitely still alive, because it's got a whole bunch of batteries on it.
Maybe what I could do is just mine.
Your inventory is
Oh, I will
full.
hydrate. Thank you.
need to say
Thank you,
that
Fabian.
1,000 times, or are you going to do something about it?
Forgot about this.
What?
Eric's did an update that made some of her guns pumpkins, and so there's a pumpkin on this ship.
A scary pumpkin.
Very scary. Okay, I haven't been shot at.
Yeah.
All the guns I can see are dead. So maybe this is dead enough that it can be turned into scrap. It's still powered.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. They're minor.
Are you not paying attention to the other miners? You're in a hazardous work environment with automated miners.
I see that, and it was coming right for me. Is it fine now? Yeah, it seems to be.
Yeah, this gun has got a lot of good bits in it.
Excellent.
Alright, maybe I could build a Hag D. But first, what I
Yeah.
might do is take a miner out towards the iron that we scouted in some of these different valleys and see if we can mine it.
That's probably for next time.
Oh, is it? Are we at bedtime? Is it bedtime?
We're coming. See, I know that Final's having a good time when he's mad about the stream stopping at the regular time that we've agreed to stop it at.
Yeah, the agreed
So
upon.
Final's having fun.
The agreed upon stop time.
We did it. We agreed on the stream time.
Under the Treaty of Skoka.
Under the tree. Oh, I need to turn off projectors. So now we've just lost a lot of what I've mined. Perfect. Yeah, he wants to do some progress. See, all of you have been sassing him for not making any progress. Now he's like, oh, I guess I gotta make progress.
Gotta keep running in the dark now.
Running, running, running.
How much
Final
running?
big progress since when? I mean, that's just in general a Paradiso progress since when?
That uranium miner come back?
I'm not sure. Can look. Because that's the one down at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see the
No,
antenna
I
for
don't
it.
see the marker.
It's still... It's just left. It's going back. It's going back to the mine.
So we gotta wait for it to go to the mine and then recall it.
No, you can recall it any time. Recall it now if you wanted to. It's bedtime.
Progress is comparable to Windows updates. They say they are for progress and improvements, but are they? Are they really?
There's
Unclear.
another ship over there.
Over where?
There's a super cruiser above the ship that we were shelling. Or still are
Oh.
shelling. We just also had a massive explosion over there, so we hit something critical.
Oh, these two. Oh my god. I'm gonna take a picture of that.
You causing
should
trouble
calm
down there?
down. No, I didn't do anything.
Oh, I'm not gonna go get a chance to go fix this thing,
I
am I?
didn't do anything. Oh no.
Well, get in there and fix it. Come on.
I just wanted you to see. It's a mating dance. I didn't do anything. Oh, okay. Can I? Okay, what do you want to do? What direction are you gonna go?
Hang on. Did you stop it? You didn't stop it.
No, how do I?
Never mind.
Oh, but I
Never
would
mind.
like to know. I would like to know.
Take the press the arrow key to go to the next toolbar.
Yeah.
Then
Stop
you can
is
hit
3.
apply on stop, and it will stop doing this thing.
Okay.
Come on. No, don't flip over. Not that way. Ah.
Ooh, okay. I can get this one, I think, to the back. Nope. Flip. I wiggle it. So full that it doesn't want to move. Yeah, change the stream to 18 plus. This minor content is not for minors. Don't know if it's even legal. That is how new miners are created, everybody. I don't know what the best way to do this is.
Is it still? Are you controlling it directly, or is it still fighting you?
I couldn't tell if it was still fighting me because it's too heavy, or because there was something that was still on. Like, what if I take this and make it a little bit lighter? Yeah, the weight was the issue. There we go.
On. Stop it.
Okay, so job is paused. Do I have to do anything else?
You can tell it to continue job.
But I don't want it to go anywhere.
Yes, it will charge.
Okay.
Come on, flip over.
Can I help? Where are you? Oh, you're over there. Me pushing it doesn't do anything.
It won't.
What I'm trying to do is get to your other side to lighten the load, but I could do it from this side.
The ship's empty. It was taking
okay.
off.
Then I don't know. Oh, I see.
Come on. It's in a position where it can't. The gyro is trying to lift it, and it's not working.
Well, we could just pick it up with another ship.
I don't think that's going to help.
Do you need a piston?
I don't know yet.
Okay. Shooting, but I don't see anything super close. Let's see.
Can you...
What are we shooting at? Yeah, what do you need?
Hang on.
Okay. Doesn't seem like we're in imminent danger with that other ship, so we should be okay. Oh, we got some rolling.
Got it.
Nice.
Dig it out. Okay.
All right.
To the repair bay. Did you recall the other miners?
Nope.
Don't do that just yet.
Okay.
I'm still in the repair bay, and this one will go haywire.
Yep.
Okay, 4-10. This is the front right one, I think.
I think so.
Okay, now you can recall them.
So that is send command to all with 3.
Yep.
And then I go 2 to stop.
Oh, you go to move home.
Move home.
You don't have to tell them to stop when you're telling them recall.
Yes.
There you go. So you
Received.
can move back up to back. So press 1 to go up. There you go. Yep. Press supply. There you go. So the uranium miner was working on uranium and stone. It had 30,000 units of uranium in it, and it is on its way back.
Perfect.
You can see that in the bottom here. That's TMS 4-7. That's the one that goes out to the uranium mine.
Right. Okay. Cool.
All right. So we can jump in here.
We made it.
Let me check. Uranium.
We do have some, but it's not.
Yeah, the reactors are down to 8.4, 8.3 kilos each. Very much.
No. Not ideal.
No. There is a bunch to be refined, though, so we'll see. We will see.
See what it ends up with.
Yes. I can get into my cryopod because of this weird graphical glitch. So, team, we're running out of iron, we're running out of uranium, and we're not making any real progress. So this could be a problem. If you like that, you want to see more, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you here next time.